Yo, 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 what's good? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Comic Con series. We got another one for y'all today. Um, me, my brother Stay Ready is in the building today. Uh, I got my brother Derek Gaines with me today. And today we're going to be talking about comic book movies that disappointed you. What are some comic book movies that disappointed you? You guys are welcome to join us. You also could comment on the picks that we have. If you think that we were wrong for picking it, we're gonna go around, with our picks. We're gonna go back and forth, the usual way we do it, and we're gonna touch on like each other's picks and stuff like that. And before we get it started, I'm gonna go in the comment section real quick, but Mac and Derek Gaines, y'all have the same pick. So y'all gonna have to talk about one of these picks together, which is the X-Men movie that y'all picked. I ain't gonna tell the people which one. I knew somebody we was good up until that one.
Hey,
Nobody
he
picked the
picked
same one,
exact.
and I
Hold
did
on.
my list around the same time. I just
He
queued y'all stuff up before I did mine. I did
picked
mine.
the exact
I always
same
put my
one.
Yep, y'all picked the same one. So y'all
Damn.
got to pick together. So technically, y'all kind of got like four and a half. You know what I mean? So
Oh, man,
yeah,
I need. And you
y'all
know
got.
what? I'll throw one. I know you ain't got a what's the name on it, but just because we got four in the head, I might throw
It's all
one.
right. Y'all could. It's all right. That's good. Y'all could. You could say how you felt about it in certain aspects about it. And Derek, it happened with me and Derek Gaines when we did movies games that should be movies. Me and him both picked God of War, and I knew we both wasn't going not we wasn't going to take God of War off. That wasn't going to happen. You know what I mean? Because that is one of the
I'm
one of
not taking this movie off.
no.
It's too high on my list.
All right, so I'm gonna get on the comments and then we're gonna get started. Salute to Pooh Man, one of my riders. He said the live action Dragon Ball Z movie. Good pick. Good pick. That hurt my feelings, bro. I cut school for that. And it wasn't worth it. I actually would have rather been in school. Eric Jordan, salute to my brother Eric Jordan.
That was a terrible movie, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't. I knew
Salute.
they
Salute.
wasn't gonna be able to make a Dragon Ball Z movie no way.
Uh Salute to my brother D Man. Salute to everybody in the building. All right, man. Um, let's start with you, Mac. Let's start with you, man. What you want me to pull up first?
Number five.
What disappointed you, man? What did you think was
Hey,
going to be good?
Punisher Warzone. I was disappointed. I'm gonna be honest. So
God damn.
The very first Punisher was interesting. I did how they did it was cool. It was a straight movie. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't tripping on the first Punisher. I'm like, okay, it's an origin story. It's the beginning. Everything wasn't perfect, but hey, I like how y'all set it up. But when y'all came out with Warzone, and yeah, y'all had Jigsaw in that motherfucker. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's a kid show. Y'all had Jigsaw in it. But the issue I had with the movie is y'all had Ray Stevenson playing Punisher. Like, why? Like, explain that to me. This is an Englishman. He didn't even change his accent in the movie. He didn't even give you an American accent. This is a whole Englishman. The Punisher wasn't an Englishman. He was an American.
This is the dude that
At the,
played King Arthur, right? And that
I don't know what else he played. I know Ray Stevenson because he was in Cop Out with Will Ferrell and
okay.
uh and what's the dude from Boston? Mark Wahlberg. That's how I know him. He was the villain in that movie. But y'all got him playing in this movie, and I'm over here looking the whole movie, bro. I'm trying to watch the movie, and I can't get over this accent. That's why I've literally only watched this movie once, once.
Salute to my brother Trill Will. See you next week, brother. And you got anything on this movie, Derek Gaines? I'm gonna comment last.
Um, no, I was not a Punisher fan. I was not a
You didn't like
Punisher.
Frank Castle?
No,
I'm a big. So you know what? My two favorite comic books is Ghost Rider and Punisher. Another big issue I didn't have with it. I'm glad they brought microchip in it. I am glad they did. They brought micro, but that was it. The movie
I
was
didn't see
disappointing.
the movie. I wasn't a Punisher fan of the comics. I wasn't a Punisher fan of the movie. I know they got like 3 or 4 Punisher movies. I didn't start watching Punisher until Netflix did it because they had that guy from The Walking Dead on there, and that's when I started liking Punisher. But I never bought his comics or watched any other movies. I just wasn't interested. I'm sorry.
Eric Jordan said the thing I was disappointed about the way the movie changed the Punisher's child from a son to a daughter. Me
Oh yeah, that
personally,
too. That too. In Warzone, they did that. In the
uh,
first, yeah, in the
yeah,
first one, he had a son, but yeah, in the Warzone, they did. I forgot about that.
Eric Jordan, he gonna point out the small details. Me personally, to be honest with you, I wasn't that mad at this movie. I liked the action parts in it. And I did think my guy from The Wire was this Dominic Wade, I believe his name is, that played
Mhm.
Jigsaw. I thought he did a good job. He kind of carried the movie to me. And I liked that his brother Looney Bin Jim.
Oh,
uh,
Looney Bin was in the comic, but he was his own character.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, this, like I said, but I agree though. They missed a lot of things in spots. I felt like it could have been better. You know, I like the action and things in it, but that was about it. The only thing that I liked when it came to this movie was the action sequences. Outside of that, I give it 5 gavel bangs. 5 gavel bangs. They could have did better because the first one was really good, and then you
Yeah,
get to
bro.
this one, it was like not so good.
And why did y'all change the actor? The actor they had played Punisher damn good in the
Yeah, he did a
original.
good job. He did a great job. I remember. Like, I think I had that movie as a kid. It was really good.
Every time that movie come on, I watch it.
So yeah, this was one of them ones they dropped the ball. And I'm one of those people, Derek Gaines. I like the Punisher. He's from New York, so I gotta like him. It's no way out. You know what I
You
mean?
knew, you New Yorkers, man. Y'all different breed up there. Y'all a different breed up there, man. But I did. Real talk. I didn't watch any other Punisher movies, and I didn't start watching the Punisher until it got on Netflix. And the one on Netflix, I watched every episode, and it was fire to me. But the movie, I never seen any other movies. I knew about them, I just wasn't interested.
Okay, that's fair. All right, we're gonna move on to your pick. You want me to pull up?
Catwoman. I like to
Ooh.
apologize to the chat. I wasn't feeling good yesterday, and I had stuff to do today, so my research is a little spotty. So forgive me. This is a flop of a movie. If you want to make a bad movie, make it like this. Halle Berry could not carry this movie. Benjamin Pratt couldn't save her. Even Sharon Stone was in this movie.
Yeah. Yep.
The the
Remember?
enemy, her nemesis was something called Evil Cream. The movie itself was $100 million budget. It made 848. No, I'm sorry, 84 million dollars back. So it lost money. It made 40 in the States and the rest in Canada. I saw the movie. Only reason I saw the movie because Halle Berry was in it, and it was garbage. It was trash. Um, it's one of the worst movies ever that I saw. It was straight trash. I don't. I don't think Halle Berry can carry a movie. All the movies I seen her in, except for Catwoman, she wasn't the main focus. Like Boomerang or what's that one with Samuel L. Jackson? Jungle Fever. She was in Jungle Fever, um, and she had to show her boobs to get a Academy. That's my take on it. And then you see her boobs in a movie called Swordfish, opposite of Hugh Jackman. But this movie is garbage. It was all over the place. The script we talk about all the time about the story. The story was trash. The movie was trash. I didn't spend too much time researching this because usually I watch the movie. I couldn't even watch the movie. It's trash, man. It's just well, I was wondering how come they didn't get Michelle Pfeiffer to do Catwoman. She was awesome in Batman too. I,
I didn't. I didn't. I should have put that one in, but I couldn't bring myself to put a Batman movie. I actually.
mm,
So she did. I didn't. I wasn't. I wasn't crazy about her, and I wasn't crazy about that movie, that Batman Return. I like the first one better. You know.
I was the first Batman was awesome because
Yeah.
the first two were awesome because they had Michael Keaton,
Yeah.
and the rest until you get to Henry Cavill's Superman. I'm sorry, Superman, and then you had Ben Affleck's Batman. But the rest in between the Batman movies, in between that, they were horrible. They were horrible. We talked about that, but this movie, Catwoman, if you want to watch a bad movie and just waste your time, have it playing in the background, this will be the movie. It was straight trash. It was trash.
Matt, you got any? Well, salute to Welcome Down Ram, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Salute. Thank you for joining.
Um,
I'm gonna
Mac,
say
you got
this.
something on? I thought Halle Berry. You know, I was a little kid.
I'm
I
a, I'm
always
a,
had a crush.
so I'm gonna tell you. I disagree with. I agree and disagree with this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Halle Berry can carry a movie because she carried Leaving Isaiah. That was a badass
Yeah,
movie
that
too.
that was a good movie.
And she also carried Monster Ball.
Yeah, I didn't see Monster Ball.
You need to go, bro. You that's the how do you not? I'm not even going. That's another day. But you just go watch Monster Ball. I don't care.
Uh huh.
I think every black man in America needs to at least see Monster Balls at least one time. You'll thank me later and understand why. But look, the
All right,
reason
I
the
will.
reason the reason they got Halle Berry to play Catwoman because the original Catwoman on your television screen was played by Eartha Kitt. At the time, Halle Berry was probably one of the biggest black female actors at that time, and she had the sex appeal like Eartha Kitt, so they wanted to kind of revise that role and revise that that
Makes
Eartha
sense.
Kitt role. So that's why
Makes
they had Halle Berry. Now, as far as the movie was a flop. I can agree with you on that, but they picked the right person. It was just that Catwoman wasn't ever no big. Even in the comics, like how many people actually look look for a Catwoman comic book. Like she never had no, she wasn't no outstanding comic. They just wanted to do something because the movie that she was in at that time was a great movie with Batman with Michael Keaton. That's why. If they like think about this, if you're gonna do Batman villains, you gotta know you gotta pick the villains that was top villains in the Batman verse. You got to pick Joker. Joker's number one. Joker gonna outsell everybody.
I
Period.
disagree with you, brother. I'm sorry. I don't think Halle Berry was the first Catwoman. I mean, I don't think Eartha Kitt was the first Catwoman. I think it was a white chick, and then they brought in Eartha Kitt after that. I may be mistaken. I have to look it up, but I thought it was a white chick, then Eartha Kitt after that. Then it was somebody else. So I have to look it up. That's why I disagree. But I could have sworn a white chick played Catwoman before, and a white chick played Catwoman in Batman too. It was Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, I know Michelle Pfeiffer played it
Right,
in Batman too.
right.
Um,
Uh,
salute to
D-Man
Amina.
Jr.
And you
say,
and you and you and you right. Julia Nimoy was the first Catwoman, but she only
uh,
played Catwoman for a year, for one
uh,
year. That was one season, maybe two. The kid played her the rest of the time though. When you go
D-Man
watch
Jr.
when you go watch the old Batman, you gonna see her kid. You ain't gonna see
Oh,
Julia Nimoy.
Amina said Julia
Nimoy,
Nemore was the first. So she's saying Derek is right.
Yes,
1966 to 1967.
yes. I appreciate Amanaz looking that stat up. I appreciate that. Uh, I didn't think Halle Berry did Eartha Kitt any favors by playing Catwoman. Um, it would have been a better movie if the storyline was better. We always talk about the storyline,
Mhm.
and it just wasn't. It just wasn't a good movie. And he's right. Catwoman is not an A-list character on Batman's roster. The Joker is. Then you could take it down from there. Uh, Basically, Catwoman is a sidekick, and she got her own movie, but
Mm-hmm.
it was horrible. It was horrible.
I'll be honest. I agree. I remember actually seeing this movie, and I think I just went because Max said, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, it's real big at the time, and I always had a little thing for Halle. So
Is this movie before or after when she was in that James Bond movie?
that's a good question.
I don't remember. We have to look that up.
Yeah, you're right, but she was hot at the time. You're right.
So and then they had then the like you guys touched on as far it was after
Okay,
Eric Jordan said
thank you, Air Jordan.
it
Man,
was like one of those things where the storyline was bad already, and then they didn't even give us a appealing bad guy.
mm,
The bad guy. What you say they call Sharon Stone in that? The cream,
well,
cream.
Sharon Stone really wasn't the antagonist. It was something called Evil Cream. Again,
I know
forgive
she
me
put
because
it
I
on her
watched it.
face and she
Yeah,
tried to claw her one time, and
yeah,
the cream made her face like so hard that couldn't really do nothing to it.
right. I just forgive me. Like I said, this is Rush. I didn't get to watch the movie. I always watch movies and then I make my notes. I couldn't watch this movie. I'm going off of memory and what Google said, and I remember watching this movie. I remember Benjamin Pratt was her love interest in this movie. Other than that, it had Halle Berry in it, and it was bad.
was. Agreed. Anybody got anything else before we move on?
No, sir. I don't.
Okay. Okay, since we touching on females, Wonder Woman 84.
That was horrible.
Man, nasty
That
work.
was horrible.
Nasty work.
And she was showing her age in this movie too.
This was real. This was bad. Especially how they did the first one and how good the first one was. This was a horrible movie compared to the first one. I didn't like how they did Cheetah. Cheetah is like one of Wonder Woman's main nemesis. I didn't yeah, I didn't yeah, I just didn't like it. It was a lot of things that they could have did better. I see you, Pull man in the house. Um,
Salute,
very,
cool man.
very bad. I guess this is what happens because she actually called the shots in this movie. They gave the female that plays Wonder Woman, I forget what her name is. Uh, they gave her the control.
Mm,
So and it kind of showed.
mm,
Pool man, yeah, you don't want to see this one. This one was bad. Just a lot of things in it. I didn't like the storyline. Again,
mhm.
I didn't like. I like Cheetah, but I didn't like Cheetah in this. I didn't like Cheetah in this. How you say her name? Gal
Gal Gadot.
Gadot. However you
Gadot.
say.
That's her
Yeah,
name. Gal Gadot.
yeah, Gal Gadot. So yeah, they gave her the control or whatever. And like I said, she did a great job in like the you know Justice Leagues and and the first one doing. But I just felt like this one was real bad. It was real bad. You guys got anything on this?
I've never even watched it, bro. Not gonna lie to you. I didn't. I was disappointed in the first one, so I didn't even watch that one.
I actually thought the first one was good. This one was
It was all right, but it wasn't. It wasn't what I expected.
I
um
saw the first one and I thought the first one was real good. I did. It had lots of action. I love action movies. It had a little romance, a little comedy.
yep.
I thought the first one was a real good movie. The
And they
second one
you
was
see how they went
straight
back into the
trash.
origin too
Yeah,
in the first one, so I like that too. So but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The first one, they did get into her back history a little bit. This one, it seemed like she spent the whole movie chasing her dead boyfriend. Uh,
Oh,
it was just garbage. And one good thing about this movie, it has the guy, one of the antagonists, the guy who he's the Mandalorian, and he's also in the new Fantastic Four movie.
dag,
I
man,
forget his name.
his first name. I know who you talking about.
Yeah, and he's also in what's that movie? The one with the zombies and damn it, I got the movie. I got the video game right here. It's called Last of Us.
Last of Us. Okay.
So that's the only good thing about this movie because every movie dude in he nails that character.
Yeah, he does. He
That's
got range. He got range.
yeah. That's the only good thing. I mean, when she's flying in the air by taking her lasso and it looked like she's flying on lightning or whatever,
Hmm.
I'm like, where your jet at? I mean, it wasn't that good. I thought she was showing her age in this movie. The CGI was off. You can see the she had when in the beginning where she was blocking all the bullets from that bank robber or something. You could see her
Yeah,
arms
yeah. When they was
like
had the hostages.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You could see her age in her arms, and she had that flabby wing underneath. It wasn't much, but it was there. CGI missed that. Um, the storyline was horrible. You could have a bad CGI movie, but if the storyline is good, it would be okay. It would be recommendable. Um, there ain't nothing about this movie is recommendable. It was horrible. I think they used this movie basically to set up uh, Justice League movie because only person that didn't have a movie out of that Justice League movie was Batman, Ben Affleck. He's the only one that didn't get his own movie.
Yep. Batfleck didn't get his movie. Yep.
Hell, Aquaman, Flash had their own movie. Superman had his own movie. Wonder Woman had two movies. And Ben Affleck Batman didn't even get a movie. He didn't even get a chance.
And he didn't play a
But
bad
this,
Batman.
yeah,
And it was.
he
He said he
his
felt like
Bat,
he nailed it later on. He did an interview. I watched the interview, and he said, "Dag, when I finally got the character down packed, he said that's when I wasn't Batman no more." It kind of
yeah, he put
reminded.
in the work too. You could tell when he was working out in the movie, you building his stuff, his battle armor per se to take on Superman. Yeah, he put in that work, man. And he made a rough Batman, and I liked it. It's a shame he didn't get his own movie. He should have. Yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah,
right. You're
yeah,
right. You're right,
Cyborg,
Eric Jordan.
yeah, Cyborg
Cyborg,
neither.
he
Yep.
don't have his own movie. You're right about that. You're right about that.
Um.
Right.
Shoot.
This movie is trash.
Yep. I give it four gavels down. Oh.
Not for devils.
Oh, Mac, man, we back. We back with you, man. What you want next?
What do I want next? What was my number 4? Oh, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was terrible, bro.
Oh, the
What's
first.
Ghost Rider?
No, he didn't pick the
It's
same one as you. He
the
Okay.
picked the
first
first
one. It started off bad. I don't give a damn about the second one when the first one started off terrible. The
Yeah.
first one started off, man. I was so upset, bro. I was expecting it to be some, an amazing series. I mean, an amazing start because you
Mac
know
is a
how.
Ghost Rider fan, so he took this to heart.
Yeah, and then y'all picked Nicolas Cage out of everybody, man. I'm sorry, Nicolas Cage is back in the day, like I said on the last time we talked about this. Nicolas Cage used to be a good actor. He ain't no more. Nicolas Cage stopped being a good actor uh, when they started doing the National Treasure series. But I enjoyed that y'all did bring in the right villains, but y'all had the wrong actors. The wrong actors, man. Terrible.
Um,
I just
Blackheart was the bad guy in this one, right?
Yeah.
Blackheart, yeah. Blackheart
Yeah.
and Lucifer.
Yep. Yep. You got something on this, Derek?
I actually like this movie.
Uh,
Well, let me clarify. I like the Ghost Rider part. I didn't think Nicolas Cage should have been Ghost Rider. Um, is the girlfriend interest in this movie? She's always somebody's girlfriend interest in a movie.
Eva
I don't.
Mendes,
Yeah, yeah. She was in Hutch and some other movies where basically,
Training
she,
Day.
yeah, she was in Training Day. Yes, she was. I
yes, she
forget.
was.
Um, I like the Ghost Rider part. I like to see the flaming motorcycle tear up the road and go up the side of the buildings. To me, that was cool. But when he switched back to Nicolas Cage, I was like, oh, why? Let him stay the Ghost Rider. I thought the fights with the element demons, thought they were too quick. If you going up against a thing like, what was it, like five bad guys, and I just thought the battle scenes, that the action scenes were too quick. I did like Sam Elliott is in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Um, the cowboy guy. He's always seemed to play the cowboy guy. He was a Ghost Rider and he rode on his horse with
He was called a slave.
yes. Um, that was the good part of it. But the Nicolas Cage part of it, I'm like, oh, he's not a good. He's a okay actor. I've seen a lot of his movies. I think the best movie he has done is The Rock with Sean Connery. Uh, the movies after that, they're suspect. I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I liked about the Ghost Rider was the
Great ass
Ghost Rider
convict.
part. Uh,
Convict.
I didn't I didn't see
When
Covenant, but he was in Con Air. Okay, Con Air
yeah,
was good too.
Con Air was
Yeah,
damn
yeah,
good.
yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. Two movies that I saw that he was good in.
You never seen Raising Arizona?
No, I heard about it, but it didn't register to me. Um, but as far as this, I thought the effects was good for the Ghost Rider. That's it. I wish it was more of the Ghost Rider in the movie. I understand we're doing the backstory, but I wish it was more the Ghost Rider. I wanted to see
So
his
all the
demons
aspects of
here,
Ghost Rider.
huh?
He didn't even show all the aspects of Ghost Rider.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, I thought that was something that they lacked in this movie too. Like they didn't touch on all the aspects of Ghost Rider.
Eric Jordan said, and Poohman 313 said, Gone in 60 Seconds was a good movie. No, I did not see Gone in 60 Seconds. I did see the first and second National Treasure movie. I thought that was pretty good. Uh, but he plays the same actor in every movie.
Every fuck, every movie. I had to
Yeah,
catch myself.
he plays the same character in every. It's like he's the male version of what's her name?
He's the old version of Mark Wahlberg.
Yes. What was that lady's name that was in the movie Invasion? There was a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. She was also in Moulin Rouge. She
Trying to
almost looked like Sharon Stone, but she's not. She plays the same character in every movie, the damsel in distress. That's what Nicolas Cage does. He plays the same guy in every movie. Same guy.
yes, sir.
And
Yep.
So yes, we give this five gavels. Damn.
Yeah.
Uh, let me see. I'm gonna go to my next one. Yeah. I know y'all gonna be mad at me with this one, but Thor Ragnarok. I ain't like it, man. Sorry, man.
Are you
what?
crazy?
Yeah, I didn't
I
like
This
can
is
it.
one of the
I
best
I
movies.
I
It
did.
is one of the best Thor
I
movies.
didn't. You know what I didn't like about it, and I'm gonna tell you why. I didn't like how
World
they
War
try
Hulk
to
with it.
combine, yeah, uh, Planet Hulk.
Yeah, Planet Hulk. Yeah,
You know what I mean? I thought that's where they dropped the ball. If this just would have been a Thor movie, it probably would have never made my list. But because of the fact that they put a whole try to combine two storylines, wasn't feeling it. I felt like you were supposed to give Mark Ruffalo his own Planet Hulk movie. That just should have happened. Y'all got the money. Y'all got the money. Y'all should have found a way to do it. And Mac knows I told him that a long time ago on the phone. I did not like that they try to put Planet Hulk and incorporate it in this. That's what made it a terrible movie to me. That I couldn't get over that because Planet Hulk was one of my favorite Hulk stories.
it's still one of mine.
And that's what kind of messed me up. Now, it wasn't. Do I think the last? Well, I know we're gonna touch on it, but do I think the last Thor movie that came out after that was worse? Yeah, but I still think this one was pretty bad. Man. It was pretty bad to me. I just didn't like it. I remember going to the theater and seeing it, and I remember being mad the whole time that they try to incorporate that Planet Hulk with it. And that was just my thing. Y'all got something on this? Mac, Derek?
Bro, the reason I can't agree with you on it is I think even though that, but Marvel did that with a lot of the movies. Man. They mixed House of M's with Doctor Strange. They mixed Planet Hulk with Ragnarok, but it was still a good. That was one of the best, in my opinion, out of all the movies that Marvel came out with, besides Infinity War and Endgame. Ragnarok was probably one of the best storylines, in my opinion.
D Man said I ain't like it either. He said I watched that thing once.
All
Hey,
of y'all need to get the gavel.
no, we
All
don't.
of y'all,
No, we don't.
this
That's me and
Thor,
you opinion. That's me.
this Thor Ragnarok, um, was one of the best Marvel movies that they put out because everything that they came out later, the Marvels, Thor 4 was horrible. Their TV shows, Moon Knight was horrible. So Thor Ragnarok having Lady Death or whatever her name was, that was cool. I don't know if you saw the homage to Beta Ray Bill. They had a statue of him, and when Thor put that helmet on, that helmet was the same helmet that Beta Ray Bill wore.
Yeah.
Um, the Planet Hulk storyline, I saw that. I saw Planet Hulk. I thought it was good. I don't know if you guys know, in She-Hulk, Hulk left and went to Sakaar, came back with his son, and that's supposed to be a whole nother storyline, maybe.
No,
And
it
on
is
top of
another
that,
storyline.
I don't. Go ahead, brother.
No, I said it is another storyline.
Yeah, yeah, that is a whole nother. I think Hulk's son name was called Scar.
Yeah, it was Scar. Yep.
It is Scar.
Um,
It's part
and
of
on top of
that
that,
War Hulk. And I mean Planet Hulk or War Hulk thing that
and
mean.
on top of that, what was I going to say? Um, it was a good movie. It was one of the best movies. Because after this, all Marvel sucked. They TV shows on Disney, I was like, this shit is trash. Only one that was good was Werewolf by Night. Um, She-Hulk was trash. Moon Knight was
You
trash.
know how much the episode called to She-Hulk, that is the most expensive show in life.
and
It was
it's garbage,
$25 million an episode to
and
me.
it's garbage. Oh, I was now I remember. Sony at the time had the rights to the Hulk. That's why his appearance in the movies were limited. You only had like maybe in the all the movies that the Hulk was in, you could probably have 30 minutes of all or screen time. That goes all the way back to when he first appeared in um, Iron Man Ultron. No, what was it? The Ultron thing, and movies before that, the Avengers movie. So Sony owned the rights to the Hulk. That's why he wasn't, you know, he didn't have a lot of, excuse me, he didn't have a lot of screen time. I wish they would have did World War Hulk, World Breaker Hulk. I wish they would have did Hulk, World Hulk. Um, I like the Hulk, but as for Thor, the best
D-Man said
movie.
he fell asleep. D-Man said he fell asleep on.
Uh,
I went
it
to
was it was the
Ragnarok yesterday.
lounge chairs. It was the chairs. Some chairs get comfortable. And
He
Stan
said
Lee
it was
was
the
in there.
D-Man, he said
Uh,
it was the
them
Derek
chairs get comfortable,
said it
man.
can't be comfortable.
They do. They do. They get comfortable. Um, let's see. There was Stan Lee was in this movie. Jeff Goldberg was in this movie. A couple other people did cameos in this movie, but the movie itself, great storyline. I loved the Lady Death character. I loved her. Um, Thor was relatable. He was funny. He was strong. He went through all phases. I watched this movie over and over.
I only watched it one time because I was so mad at that Planet Hulk thing combination they
I
did.
know I know they
Salute to
teased it.
JG.
That's what they did.
Salute to JG. So anything else before I get on this? I mean the brothers ain't agree with me, but I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't like it. I only watched it one time. If I like a movie, normally I'll watch it again, especially when it hits like a streaming platform and stuff like that. I never
Uh,
went back to rewatch it. Never.
I
okay.
watch it all the time. I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah, I
No.
watched it all the time. The Hulk in this movie was funny,
Yes, it
and
was.
he said he called Thor. He said Hulk is a smoldering fire.
And I love Tessa Thompson. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all say.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
Tessa
yeah, yeah.
Thompson.
That's probably that was the only good thing in the movie.
I
Loki
love
was
her.
good in the movie too.
If you
This
ask
movie, the CGI was spotless. You could tell Marvel took their time with this movie, and then the movies after this, all that woke stuff. What's up, Kofa? My brother Kofa. He's
salute,
my
appreciate it,
he's my
appreciate it,
good
brother.
friend. Um, y'all check out his channel. He he said you matter. You're not crazy. Peace. Wake your butt up. Salute to Kofa. He's a serviceman. He's in the military, and he has a decent channel. Everybody should check out his channel. He be dropping jewels on his channel. But this movie was great. This movie was great. I
Well, I
just
guess me and I guess the only one that agree with me is D Man. He said I tried to rewatch it at home and went to sleep again. All
D
right, man.
D man was in the bed trying to watch it.
All right, let's go to Mac. Let's go go to your next one, brother.
You know what my
I,
next
I
one
got
is.
one. I got one.
Which one you
We
got?
going. Uh, you did the Ghost Rider. He did Thor,
It was
and
yeah, it was. I was doing it. It start from him, then you.
oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, 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 yeah. That's how I did the order this time. I started with Mac first.
okay.
Usually I
All right.
start with you, and then I
Uh huh.
go to yeah. That's probably why. But yeah, so Mac
Yeah.
up.
All right. Cool. Cool.
So y'all know my next one is X-Men First Class, dog.
Well,
Oh.
I guess y'all got to do this together. Go ahead.
Okay. So what upsets me about First Class is the fact that, bro, they didn't even get the first X-Men right.
No,
If
they
you
did.
gonna do if you gonna do First Class, you at least got to get the X-Men right. You got to. Like it's not up for debate. It's not up for debate. You can't do an X-Men and not get the very first X-Men right. You know what I'm saying? Like I,
I agree with you.
that that was my biggest disappointment. And don't get it wrong, the premise of it was good, but Magneto wasn't in the first X-Men. He
No, he
wasn't even in the
wasn't.
first comic. No, he wasn't. He was not. He came later, but he was not an original. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, your original X-Men was Cyclops.
Mhm.
It was Beast.
Mhm.
It was Angel,
Mhm.
Iceman, and Jean Grey.
Mhm.
Archangel, Beast,
Jean Grey and Professor
Jean
X.
Grey, Cyclops,
Mhm.
and
That
Iceman.
was it.
That
Professor
was it.
X. That
That
was
that
it.
was his first class.
That was his first class. Iceman wasn't even in it.
Nope.
You didn't have. They had Mystique in it. I don't even. Mystique didn't come in till way later.
Right.
Wolverine came in before Mystique did,
Yes, he did.
and
Bobby
Wolverine was
was
in
one
Hulk
of the
first.
first. Bobby was one of the first ones. Iceman.
Who?
Iceman.
Robbie?
Bobby. Bobby
No,
Iceman.
we said yeah. We know Iceman was one of the first.
Yeah,
I know he was.
that was it. Yeah, like you said. Nah, you named. Yeah, all of them was right. It was Jean Grey. Yeah,
It, it was Jean
Beast,
Grey, Cyclops, Beast,
Archangel.
Iceman.
Yup.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the first group.
yeah. I'm trying to think of what's that kid's name that was in the Angel. Angel. Don't forget Angel.
Yeah, that's how I said. Yeah,
Yeah,
The
who
kid
later
was
became
Warren.
the
uh,
kid.
yeah the kid
The,
the black kid they had in the movie. I'm trying to think of
I don't even know who he was, and you know I'm an expert on both
yeah. That's what I was
he
saying.
wasn't.
Marvel and DC. I don't even know who he is. If I don't know who he is,
He wasn't even in the comics.
Yeah,
if he
that's why I
was,
was.
he probably was in. Yeah, he probably wasn't. They probably just made him up. That was
They
this was Sony, right? Sony controlled
yeah,
this one.
Sony,
Okay, that's why.
I think
and
Disney would have got it wrong too.
they dropped the ball on this. It was horrible. Emma Frost does not turn into ice or diamonds or whatever.
Nah,
She,
she does. She has a second mutation. She does. She
you
does.
sure? I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
look that
yeah,
up
yeah, 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 yeah.
because
She
the
does.
Emma Frost that I know was from the Dark Phoenix saga, and she was the queen of the
White
Hellfire
queen.
Club.
Yeah, the white queen. Yeah, yep. The
Yeah,
hell.
she
Yep,
was the White Queen.
yep,
Sebastian Shaw was
yep.
the head king. But I was thinking why they didn't have the original X-Men in here. Maybe they didn't own the rights because
Maybe.
Marvel sold a lot of their characters off. That's why Spider-Man is still at Disney. I mean, Spider-Man is still at Sony. I think Marvel got the rights back for Incredible Hulk. Sony had to keep putting out movies to keep the characters. That's why we got the horrible Fantastic Four movie with Michael B. Jordan in it. That was horrible. Um, so that's why Sony was putting out them horrible movies. Morbius, Morpheus, well, the vampire Morpheus or Morbius.
Morbius. Morbius.
Yeah, yeah, that
Morbius.
was horrible. But they dropped the ball. The storyline was completely different. Professor Xavier, he was bald head from the beginning. Um, Mystique, I don't even think she led the X Men. If she
Never.
did,
She
she
never, not once.
yeah, she wasn't. She didn't. She was always against the X Men. They dropped the ball. Only character that they had that was on the original X Men team was Beast, and he didn't even look like Beast in the beginning. This movie was horrible. I did have this movie on my list. Um, it pained me to watch it over. Kevin Bacon's role was pretty good, but you know, they he didn't last to the end of the movie. It was just bad. It was a bad movie. Whoever played Mystique, she was horrible.
Part of this movie was Zoe Kravitz.
Who?
Lenny Kravitz and what's her name?
Lenny Kravitz was in this movie.
I'm
His
saying
daughter was.
his daughter.
Her fine.
Who
She
that
played.
played Catwoman
She played Angel.
and the new one.
Oh, the butterfly chick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
She, she made the whole movie.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. They did Azazel right. They made Azazel look great.
Yeah, Zazel did look good.
That's
They
the
had
only thing about that
Nightcrawler
Yeah,
in
movie.
here.
Huh?
yeah,
They,
Zoe Kravitz. Yeah,
they had Nightcrawler in here,
they
but
did.
he
They
didn't look like
No,
Nightcrawler.
no,
that's not Nightcrawler. That's Nightcrawler's dad. That's
yeah,
Azazel.
Oh, for real?
yeah.
So Nightcrawler is the child of Azazel and Mystique.
They did a
Okay.
good job with him. They
So
did.
in the comic books, yeah, the way they do it in the TV show and the movies is not how the comic books. Nightcrawler is the child of Azazel and Mystique. That's
Yeah,
actually how Azazel really looks. But Azazel wasn't a villain. Azazel was an anti-hero like Magneto. They
right.
made him out to be a villain in the movie, but he really not. He didn't choose sides. He kind of was like He was, you will see him along the lines of Magneto in the comic book. And then Sebastian Shaw was probably one of the most powerful mutants in X-Men. Like no bullshit, like no BS. He's
Yeah.
really that powerful. How
Yep.
they killed him in the movie is really beyond me. It's beyond me because that would have been really ain't no way. It's like no way. Like Sebastian Shaw was powerful enough to beat Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Like he is that powerful in the comics. Like if they would have
yeah,
did Sebastian Shaw right, man, X-Men could be competing with Avengers hands down.
yeah. Because Sebastian Shaw was using the survival of the fittest theory of apocalypse, and the people he wanted to start a war between a world war and
He
the
said,
mutants, since they're like made by radioactivity. That's what Sebastian Shaw was saying. So would nobody be left but the mutants? That's why he was trying to create a war, and they stopped him, of course. But the storyline was all over the place. The relationship between Professor X and Mystique, that wasn't even in the comics. I know they don't.
Nah, they
follow
did
the
it bad.
comics
Nah,
word for
everything
word.
that y'all saying is true. I can't. You know what's crazy? I got this DVD. I think my mom bought it for me because I didn't see this. This is one of them ones when I was in school. I didn't go see when I was in
Uh
high school. I didn't. And normally I would cut and go see it.
huh.
This was one of them ones I didn't see. So she had got. I remember she had surprised me with it, and I got it. I wasn't. Put it this way. It was bad because if you know the stories like how me, you, and Stay Ready know it, it's bad. You know what I mean? And then they combined a lot of things that
Yeah, they did.
didn't really happen. Like when Professor X and Magneto were on the same side, they didn't have really no super group in the
Right.
comic. They were just like friends and they was just trying to fight things together by themselves.
Right.
It wasn't like no group with them, you know. So
They were friends way before they revealed their mutations.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
If you
Morph and
follow,
Barry Jordan, sorry, cut you off.
oh, you
Morph was
fine.
not in the first class. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Morph was
No,
definitely in the
Storm
first
wasn't in the first class. I don't
No, he
think
said
so.
Morph. He said nah. He said He
Oh,
said wasn't Morph
Morph
was
came
he in the
way
first
later.
class? I said Morph
Yeah.
was.
Morph. I don't even think he was in the comics.
I don't even. I don't.
Morph was in the TV show.
No, Morph was in the comics.
He was.
Was he?
I don't remember
hmm
him in any of them.
Morph got killed off. Morph got killed off in the comics like he did the TV show.
Oh, okay.
I know he was in the Age of Apocalypse storyline they did. Morph was in
Morph.
there,
So
but I
remember,
didn't see.
Morph was named Kevin Sidney, and he appeared in X Men number 35 in 1967.
I
Damn,
believe you.
damn. So he a throwback.
Yeah, he's not an original, but he was in the he's not an original, but he was there later on. So
Was he one of those lesser known X Men?
yeah,
Yeah. I wonder why they decided to put him in the cartoons.
because he got the way they killed him off, he got killed by a Seminole in the comic,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think he got
Only
killed in he was in I think he got killed in '92 too.
only good thing about this movie is the dude that played Magneto.
He did a great job. Yeah, I can't front on him.
Yeah.
He did a
Agreed.
good job. He did.
Yeah. And the rest,
And
like
round us up. That's how it
they,
starts.
they set this around the Cuban Missile Crisis in the '60s, and I just this movie is horrible. I know it made I think I wrote it down.
And how they made him deflect the bullet and then it hit uh uh uh,
It hit Xavier.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
Like,
that didn't happen in the comics.
Didn't happen in the comic. Oh, like that movie was horrible, bro.
Yes, it was.
And I done tried to
That was
watch it
on my
many
list.
times.
this was a
That
good
was on my list.
that's why I had y'all do this one together. I'm gonna go after this. This one was both. I didn't
That
want to
was on
take
my
it.
list.
I didn't want to take it. Tay Tay said, "I'm sorry, I'm late." It's cool, sis.
Did
Shout
you
out.
send Tay Tay them videos on Facebook?
Oh, nah. I meant to. I forgot. I'll send it in video. She gonna be cussing. She gonna be cursing me out next week. She gonna be cursing me out next week in a room.
Superman is a troll. Oh man, wait till she get them videos, man. She gonna laugh at first, and then she be like, "This ain't funny, guys."
Yes, sir. All right, let me go because that was a combo. Pick me up. Um, Aquaman,
The
Lost
first
Kingdom.
one or the second one?
It's the second one, the Lost Kingdom.
Okay.
Um, nasty work, man. Nasty work. It was real bad. I didn't like the fact, first of all, I know Amber Heard was going through what she was going through with Johnny Depp. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But you need Mirror in the scenes with Arthur. That's just how they was always like a 1-2 punch couple. And they barely had her in the movie. And I know she was going through that whole thing with Johnny Depp. So I felt like that played a part in the movie because I felt like the chemistry wasn't there like in the first movie. The first movie was great. This movie was bad. Like I'm talking about bad to the bone, like tendonitis.
Damn.
That bad. Yeah, that bad. I thought I didn't really like the storyline. We coming back to this topic again when it comes to storylines. I thought the storyline wasn't powerful enough. You want to try to match the same energy and capture the same lightning in the bottle that you did in the first movie, and they didn't capitalize on that in this movie. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know who I have to bang the gavel on, but somebody for this movie, as happy as I was with the first one, how they messed it up for me in this one. Like it was so bad. I like normally with some movies, I'll be like, you know what, maybe I missed it. But I paid attention. I was locked in. I watched it. I was looking forward to it. And this, when I think of disappointing comic book movies, this would be the picture that you will pull up in the dictionary because this movie was very disappointing to me. I thought there was just a lot of elements they missed out on. They did a good job. The dude that played Black Manta, he did a good job. To me, he was the best part of the movie. He was the best part of the movie. That was probably the only thing they did right. Outside of that, like it was just I don't know. It was just bad. Just everything to me was just bad. I just didn't like the energy between like Amber Heard and my man what's my man name right here?
Jason Samoa.
Yeah. It was just
Roman Reigns.
he said Romer, you stupid. You stupid. Nah, it's
I
Jason.
think he's related to Roman Reigns, though.
No, that is
I
Roman
don't
Reigns.
know if he's I
That,
don't know if
that's
they in the
that.
Rock family. I don't know if he's in the
They,
Rock family.
uh,
I gotta look that up. I
no,
gotta look that.
I think they are cousins.
That's a
So
huge family they got.
I mean I won't be surprised because everybody's related to the Rock on his
It seemed like it.
it's crazy. Mom's side, like it's really ridiculous. My mom's side of the family.
Oh no, they're not biologically related, but they belong to the same family by a bond of blood brotherhood.
Oh, okay. So
So
like they
that
like
that
from the
that
same tribe, that
yeah,
same
from the same
Samoan
tribe.
type of tribe.
Yeah,
All right,
same
all right,
tribe.
cool. So all right, so he's probably in the same tribe as Rakishi and the Rock and all that. All right,
Right.
cool. All right, cool. Makes sense. Um, and the tattoos kind of look similar, like the markings that
Yeah.
so yeah, man. But it was just bad. Y'all got anything on this? Matt,
Yeah. I tried to watch it. My daughter wanted to see it. I went to the show. It was straight trash. I what's the guy that took over DC movies? Um,
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah, I think this is a James Gunn production.
Did he start
Uh,
yet with this? Did
I
he? I
think
gotta look that
so.
up.
I think
Oh my
so.
god, he started
I'm
with
not
this.
sure. Yeah, because they were going. This I think also Amber Heard had something to do with the movie not being successful with her trial. But
Yeah,
there was some movies, there was some things in this movie. It's just like, come on, that's too cartoony. I can't
yeah,
believe it.
yeah.
Um, it was horrible. This movie should be set next to Tay Tay with a Batman poster that says, "You know I'm not a rat."
Yeah, hey,
This
not too
movie,
much on Tay Tay.
Bats
this
are
movie,
rodents. I'm gonna get that clip for you. With Val Kilmer. You know what I mean? Prayers up for Val Kilmer. He got throat cancer. He battling that right now.
yeah.
I'm going to get that because somebody said the same thing Tate said in Batman Forever, and then he had to tell him like bats aren't rodents. You know what I mean? So
I think
you have
Val
to find
Kilmer and I think Val Kilmer in Top Gun Maverick surprised Tom Cruise um, when he stood up and he walked over to give Tom Cruise a hug. I think that wasn't in the script because you could tell by Tom Cruise's reaction. Uh, Shout out to Val Kilmer. I wish him well. I want him to recover. I like some of his movies, not all, but
yeah.
he's a good actor and he
Exactly.
deserves another movie. He really does.
Yeah,
Yes,
But
sir.
man,
Salute
get well,
yeah, go
Doc
ahead.
Holliday. I love Doc Holliday, but
mhm.
y'all know
Everybody
Tombstone, one of
always
my
know
favorite
him.
movies. That's
He
Doc
said,
Holliday.
salute to Joe Townsend, man, for coming through. Appreciate him again.
I love him and Boondock Saints, man. So,
Yeah,
but I
salute
definitely
Joe
love him.
Tom.
What up, Big
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah, Jason Samoa said he don't like working out for the movie
Yeah,
role.
yeah, yeah. He said he don't work out till he get paid. Yup.
Right.
I
He
heard him
was
when he did an
he was
interview about this movie.
He
Talk,
said he said he always been that size. Like he didn't work out like that. He was naturally like that. I don't know what it is in that Samoan bloodline, but they
there's some big boys over
yeah,
there, man.
yeah,
There's
they
some
get
big
it.
guys.
they naturally like that.
They always tall and girthy and they always bring the pain, man. I even found out Rikishi was not Rikishi. What's that Samoan Japanese dude?
Oh, you talk about Yokozuna?
Yeah, I heard that somehow he's related to
Yeah,
them.
he's related to The Rock too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, on his mom's side. Yeah, that's his mom's like first cousin or something like that. Yeah, they
That's
directly related.
crazy.
Jimmy
But
Superfly Snuka, that's the
I
Rock.
remember him.
That's the Rock
Um,
cousin too.
it's, man, he's right, man. There's something about this tribe, man. They
They
got
be
some big
breeding, right?
dudes.
They be- they they don't play
They
no
eat
game.
right. The Rock has some of his I guess the tribe members in that in the one movie he was with Jason Statham.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy, man, how huge them dudes are. Naturally huge. And then when they work out, because he was buffed in House of the Dragon, not House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah,
He was buff. But
but
this
he
movie's
did say
horrible.
he don't work out though. He said like he'll drink and eat and stuff like that, and then he said the minute he gets to roll, then that's when he really he locks in. So you know it
He
is what
should he should be Lobo. I
I
can
can see
see
that.
him as
I can
Lobo.
see that. I can see that, but It was somebody else that I had in mind for that role that I think would have did a
He
little
looked
bit.
just like Lobo, just
Yeah.
like him.
But shoot, let's go to Max pick. Let's do here.
Hold on, who did what movie did you do?
I just did Aquaman. Y'all did only reason why I went after y'all because y'all was a combo.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And
we have the same
so
thing.
I had to so to catch up with y'all, I had to go right after that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we might as well stay in DC.
Go ahead.
Batman, Superman,
Here we go. Here we
Oh
go.
man,
Yeah, Tay
oh
Tay.
man.
Tay Tay gonna be like,
Calm
no,
down, Tay Tay.
Batman made
Calm,
it bad.
calm,
Watch.
calm down,
Watch
Tay
Tay Tay
Tay.
start hating.
Calm down, Tay Tay. I can see her. I can hear her. Superman's the greatest. No, he's not. You a hater. Batman is a flying rat. No, he's not. I can hear her all the way. Where's she at? New York?
Yep, yep.
the way
I
they
can.
I, man, yeah.
Go ahead, man.
I had an issue with the way they introduced Wonder Woman in that movie. I had a I had an issue. They were in Metropolis, right? Because I know they weren't in Gotham City.
Yeah.
They were in Metropolis. Yeah.
They couldn't have been in Gotham because I don't ever remember Superman going to Gotham. He wouldn't make it in New Jersey. He'd have been in Central by now.
What was Metropolis was supposed to be Manhattan, New York?
Yeah, Metropolis is New York. Gotham City is New Jersey.
Yeah. I knew that. I knew it was supposed to be Newark.
Yeah, yeah. So that's I'm just it's just I guess the setup of the movie, Batman getting his hands on kryptonite, making kryptonite mist to make Superman, weak.
You, Tay Tay, you mean Derek Gaines? She said, "D man, don't get me mad." You mean Derek Gaines?
D-Man might say that something too, man. You know how Tay Tay is a Superman
Right.
fan.
She's talking to D Man.
Oh, she is. What D man
Yeah.
said?
Tay Tay said some. Oh,
Oh,
she said
okay.
the rock is so sexy, and Tay Tay, we don't want to hear
Oh, okay. My bad. Go ahead. Y'all have y'all combos.
that. Yeah,
Go ahead, Mac. My bad. I didn't mean to
yeah.
break your wisdom. I'm
But
on mute.
just going off the storyline, and I'm just in the. I guess I keep going back to the comic book and the storyline in the comic book, and then looking at the storyline in the movie. I know y'all was trying to set up the Justice League storyline, but why kill Superman when in the movie y'all they start realizing the things about each other, but you still end up killing him. You know what I'm saying? Or being the
Yeah,
reason for his death.
yeah,
And
they
then Lex Luthor, why y'all get the dude from Now You See Me to play Lex Luthor? Lex
yeah,
Luthor
that was
was a big, swole, bald headed man. You got this skinny, scrawny man. Come on, man. Y'all really got him to play Lex Luthor.
they should
Like,
have got
really?
the dude that plays the Kingpin in the Punisher on Netflix. He was also
Yeah, I know.
in the first Man in Black movie. He was the insect dude.
Yeah, I know. He talked too slow. You
I
need
like
somebody.
it.
You gotta. I feel like you gotta get somebody with more of a stern voice to play Lex.
Mm.
Um, it's a few actors. I'd really have to sit back and think, but it's a few actors that could play Lex Luthor, but just
Oh, you know who would be good, brother? I see him take roles and make it his own. It is not even his movie. What's that brother name from he was in Do the Right Thing. He was in Breaking Bad. He was in where is guy he was in the Mandalorian. He was in the first season of the Mandalorian. His
You
name
talking
is
about
real.
the dude? I know who you talking about.
He was also in The Boys in the first season of The Boys.
Yeah.
He's real smooth with how he talk. Is Garcia? His name is long and difficult. That brother, I would look it up later, and send you who I'm talking about. I can't.
I know
He
who you know.
would
I
be.
know exactly who you talk about. He's from New York. He's from
It's
New York.
something about you New York people, man. Something about you New York people.
I know exactly who you talking about. He was in that movie, that old movie too, Fresh.
Yeah,
Yep. You know who he talking about, Matt? Um, heck, I can't think of his name, man. But you know who he talking about. But go ahead. You want to finish up with this, Mac?
No,
Or
yeah, no, I was just
you
listening
want
to
us
him.
to comment? What you got,
Yeah.
Eric?
I like the movie.
You liked it? Oh, you
I
know
like
why I
it.
liked it? Before you go, because Batman beat Superman.
Batman is the only person that beat Superman. He's the only person until he got killed by Doomsday. And I did like the way they kind of put the Doomsday in the movie, but in the cartoon and Batman in the cartoon in the anime,
Doomsday.
it was a two-parter. That Batman was an Batman, an older Batman. He decided to put on the cape and cowl again and become Batman. And Superman was sent in to stop Batman, and that's where the beef between them started. So Bruce Wayne always have a contingency plan. He
Yes,
went
sir.
into his lab, made that body battle suit, made that kryptonite stuff, and whooped Superman's butt. In the cartoon, he didn't die. Superman, he was really bruised up. The movie, I did like the way they kind of introduced Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. The Lex Luthor character should have been played by somebody else. To me, he talks too fast, like he's on straight sugar.
Yeah.
And Lex Luthor is calm, confident. You know, he speaks with authority. I didn't get that watching the dude from Now You See Me. I didn't. He every movie I see him in, he talks real fast. I'm like, no, dude, slow down. But I did like this movie mainly because Superman got killed. Tay Tay.
Hey, wasn't that Bizarro that they had set up in that movie?
What?
Wasn't that Bizarro?
Bizarro?
The dude that they
No,
was finna use.
Bizarro. What?
Nah, Bizarro wasn't in it.
It was Doom.
It
Who
It
was
was
was Doom.
Doomsday.
Kryptonian?
It was supposed to be Doomsday.
Okay, Doomsday. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Doomsday. Was the reason that Superman got killed.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden he comes back in the next movie. Yeah.
Um, I'm not mad at this pick with Mac because I remember seeing it. This is another one I was kind of disappointed with. The only part I did like, I agree with Derek Gaines, is the ending. I like the fact that Batman whooped that ass.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Just so happy. I remember that part. I remember clapping at that part. I probably didn't like nothing else, but I like that part. So outside of that, it wasn't really good to me. So I agree with both you guys in a sense.
You know what? What did you think about
The comic
as
book
a
was way better, and the
Mm-hmm.
storyline was way better with Batman versus Superman. But that's another story for another day. You had something, Matt?
no, I was just thinking about just actors that could mess around and play, Lex Luthor. Like they don't have to be bald. You can make anybody bald these days, especially with
Yeah,
CGI.
yeah, and not even just that. They got like a way they could like put like a scalp, like a rubber scalp on you. I done seen it and
Yeah.
like make your head bald, so you don't necessarily have to be bald.
And you got so many good actors right now. I want to see Ryan Gosling play, whether it's a superhero or villain. I want to see him in one of these roles. I want to
Oh,
see Ryan Gosling play one. I want to see Bradley Cooper play one. And I've already seen Matthew McConaughey play a villain. He plays a damn good villain.
Pooh Man said we just like getting under Tay Tay skin. It ain't Mac. We ain't putting Mac in this, even though Mac know what time it is when it come to that. When it come to
And what?
those.
Put back in what?
No, because he said Pooh Man said we just like getting under Tay Tay skin, talking about how Batman.
I'm not getting under. That's why I didn't
I know,
sleep
I
with
know,
other
I know.
women.
That's me and
But
Derek.
hold
That
on,
ain't
no,
that
no,
ain't
no.
Mac.
I was just saying, but y'all know I don't like Superman.
You heard the man. She said Mac loves me. He said he ain't getting
Love
under
you.
his skin, but he
Hey,
said he
look.
do not like Superman.
I love you, Tay Tay, but I hate Superman. Superman is the epitome of why I don't like DC Comics. I only like Batman and Joker. Like I'm being 100% honest. They made Superman. They literally had to when they originally made Superman. He had no weakness. They had to create a weakness for this dude. Like they made it so unreal. I don't. I didn't. I just. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't like it.
What? Let me in. Joseph Townsend said he definitely wants to know how we feel about Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom, Doctor Doom. And it's funny that you say that because we talked about that before we
I
went
love it.
live
I love it.
backstage. We talked about that.
I love it.
You like
I'm
you?
against it.
I'm kind of with Derek Gaines on
I'm,
this.
I'm gonna
I
tell you.
don't.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not against it. They've changed so many characters throughout MCU history, bro. You had the dude that played Captain America was the Human Torch.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan and played the Human Torch and Killmonger. Uh,
He did a good job as Killmonger. Didn't
Yes,
like
he
you
him as
did.
Johnny Storm. Did not
know,
like him as Johnny
I didn't like Johnny Storm either. You know, had him play. You know, well, Ryan Reynolds been Deathpool since Wolverine origin. So you know they got you see them
and
change
he
these
played Hal
characters up.
Jordan in DC with Green
Yeah, and
Lantern.
they play hell yeah. You seen them change these characters up. Let me tell y'all something. It Robert Downey Jr. played one hell of an Iron Man. But
He
if
did.
y'all
He
want,
did.
but if y'all want to go back to the aesthetics of Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. wasn't that. He's not that of Doctor Doom either. But one thing I can tell you about Robert Downey Jr. is he's probably one of the best actors in Hollywood. Robert Downey Jr. played one of the best black men in a movie.
Talking
He
about
played a
Tropical
black.
Thunder.
You damn right.
Yeah, that
He's the
was funny.
dude that he played a hell of a black man, and I don't give a
That was
damn what.
funny.
Yeah,
What do you mean, you people?
I'm the dude that play. I'm the dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
And he
No,
didn't get any backlash for that role.
none,
You know
not
what?
none.
Because
None.
of how I know Doctor Doom is, I mean, I guess I gotta see it because they told me, before I even was around, they told me that the reviews was bad with Michael Keaton playing Batman. And a lot of people was against it. I actually watched the old video on YouTube and what the people were saying about Michael Keaton being Batman. Like nobody liked it at the time until after the movie came out. So maybe Mac might be right because Chris Evans, he played a decent Johnny Storm, but he did a great job as Captain America.
Man, and to be honest with you, Michael Keaton's still my favorite Batman. He just
Adam
couldn't.
West is my favorite Batman.
He just couldn't turn his neck.
Adam West is my favorite Batman. The first Batman. As far as Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom, I want them to bring back Jonathan Majors. I want that. I want them to
Oh,
do
he
that.
did a good job as Kane the Conqueror.
The
And
movie was
shout out to
trash, but he
KG.
did a good job.
Yeah, shout out to KG because KG made me watch that. I wasn't even going to watch it. And KG was like, nah, watch Jonathan Major as Kane the Conqueror. And I thought he did a really good job. It's gonna be
I've seen a
hard with
lot.
him.
I seen a few of Jonathan Majors movies, and he bring it. He bring it.
Yeah, he do. He do. See
And
bad he got caught up in New York with old girl. And he
something
gonna
about New
make it.
York, man.
What you mean
Some,
something about New York? Don't do that, Derek. Don't do that. We ain't doing that right now.
some,
All right,
something
man.
about New York, man. New York State of Mind. I remember that song.
Shoot. Let me go. Let me get your next one.
Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna take it way back for you. I'm gonna take you back to the first Marvel movie. Let me find it. I wrote it down. Howard the Duck.
I figured clicked on it. I was just making sure. I was like, is he doing that mission right now? You know what's crazy? This was on one of my lists, but I didn't realize I had too many when we did
Uh-huh.
worse. And it didn't get to make it because I didn't know I had five already. So I watched this movie, but it's good because I watched this movie recently. So I definitely gonna have something to say. Go ahead.
This movie was horrible, even for the time. It was horrible. This movie came out. It went up against Crocodile Dundee. Uh, I wrote it down. He went up against Crocodile Dundee. Some other Top Gun came out. The first Top Gun. This is Marvel's first attempt at a motion picture. If you can remember, Marvel did TV shows. Did the TV shows Captain America, Spider Man. Um, this was the first. Blade is the first Marvel movie that was successful. The soundtrack of this movie was horrible. The storyline was horrible, even for its time. It made no sense. Howard the Duck is brought to Earth on a beam of light, really. And this movie was rated R. It was a kid movie, but it was rated R because it had signs of bestiality in it. It had a naked duck that was showing her breasts in this movie. He smoked, he drank, he cussed. Uh, it was a bad movie. Oddly enough, he's in the post credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy. He's
Yes,
standing there
yes, that's
sipping a
Howard the Duck.
martini.
That's the real Howard the Duck.
Yeah, this movie had a $36 million budget. It only made 38 million. It went up against like I said, Top Gun, Crocodile Dundee, and The Fly. The original Fly came out with Jeff Goldblum. Came out when this movie came out. It was even though it went up against some heavy hitters, it was a bad movie. It was a bad movie. This was back in the day where you could buy the soundtracks to the movies. I don't know if you could do that now. You could go to the record store, buy the soundtrack. The soundtrack of this movie was horrible. Um, Holly Robinson Pete is in this movie.
Yes, he is.
And yeah, I looked at her and I said, that's Holly. And that's the only good thing about this movie because Holly was in it. She should have been the main character, but she was in the main character's band. And this movie was horrible. It was horrible. I didn't read any of the Howard the Duck comics, but I know he appeared in some of the comics that I had, maybe one or two panels, and then he was gone. Um, I heard that they was gonna make a Howard the Duck movie. I hope not. I hope not. If they do, they probably make it a TV show on Disney Plus, and I won't watch it. But
I like the Howard the Duck.
I ain't gonna lie. I
yeah,
actually want to see. I read the comics.
uh-huh.
Yeah, there's this comic store downtown. You know what I mean, on Fifth Ave. And I remember seeing a couple of them. I was mad I didn't grab them now, but I read a few Howard the Ducks. My brother had like two or three comics. Howard, he a pretty dope character. He's in line with like somebody like a Raccoon Rocket. And if you watch the What If series, I think in the second one, What If series on Disney Plus, he was in those,
Hmm.
and they kind of have um, how he really was kind of in the comics. Like you said, sipping martinis and
He was a film artist in the comics.
you know, so
Well, this is one of Marvel's failure as a movie. Um,
George Lucas directed. Was it?
yeah, George. No, it wasn't George Lucas directed. George Lucas was the executive producer on this movie.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so the buck stopped with him putting this trash out. It was horrible. It was marketed to kids, but it wasn't a kid movie. It's not a kids movie.
Hmm, hmm.
And the one-liners in this movie uh, were
You know,
horrible.
black food.
It just, yeah, it was just
I
bad.
gotta remember. He specializes in a martial arts called quack fu.
Quack food. It's a bad
Um,
movie. I think Howard the Duck is a B-list character in
oh,
Marvel.
uh, uh, uh.
Like I said, I never read his comics, but I knew about him from appearing in other comics. So other comics that I read at the time, Avengers, X-Men, basically more Avengers and X-Men, Wolverine, um, books like that. I had Alpha Flight. Um,
Uh-oh. Mac,
I didn't.
he's speaking our language.
Oh yeah, I liked Alpha Flight. I had the book
Mega Flight.
where one of my favorite characters they'll never do him. He will be excellent in the movie. He needs to appear in a movie. There are two characters that are overlooked by Marvel. One, Man Thing. He was in the last episode of Werewolf by Night. And the other character they overlook is the Wendigo. I love the Wendigo.
Oh yeah, I like the Wendigo too. Facts.
He gave the Incredible Hulk and Wolverine the work when it was trying to stop Wendigo. But Howard the Duck, uh, it. I watched the movie again, and I had the same feeling that I had when I watched it first. Bad soundtrack, bad acting, just bad all around. Shades of bestiality. Um, it wasn't for
I didn't like
kids. It
the
wasn't
bad
for
guy.
kids.
I ain't like the bad. But go ahead. Matter of fact, Mac, go ahead. You got something on this?
I got a lot on it. Number
He
one,
said I got a lot on it.
they did do a Man Thing movie back in the day. Back in the early 2000s, actually. 2005, they did a Man Thing movie.
Okay.
So they have done Man Thing. Two, Howard the Duck wasn't the first Marvel movie. Let's get that right.
Uh-oh. You got
Which was the first?
Captain Marvel and Captain America was the very first two Marvel movies in the 40s.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
That's
It
one.
said when I researched it, it was the first Marvel movie, and Blade was the first successful Marvel movie.
Now that's true. I didn't say they were successful. I
Hmm.
just said first Marvel movie.
Hmm.
The first Marvel movie. Just Google Captain Marvel and Google Captain America movies original. You're gonna see Captain Marvel came out in 1941 and Captain America came out in 1944.
Hmm. Okay, I'll check it out.
That's one. Two, for the time that Howard the Duck came, I was a Howard the Duck fan. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care how bad that movie looks now because all those movies at that time, any sci-fi movie back then, when you look at it, that's what it was in the category of a sci-fi movie. You got to think
Mm-hmm.
about the movies of those times, and Howard the Duck wasn't never a child movie. It was never projected to be a child movie. Was it a
In the
comic
comics,
book?
he wasn't a child. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, he was.
he wasn't that type of person. And this, you got to think in the '80s, they showed titties on regular TV.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at USA, Howard the Duck came on USA. Howard the Duck was in line with something like the Toxic Avenger and Swamp Thing back in the '80s. You know, you got to look at
I
the movies.
remember
Like
Swamp Thing.
if you watch the movies now, the movies are terrible. But in the time that they came out, they were I can't even think of the name of what they were those movies that come on USA Up at Night. If anybody know about USA Up at Night, y'all know what I'm
I
talking about.
remember
Yeah, these are
USA
those
had the Cartoon Express on USA on
yeah, but
Saturday morning, and they
late,
had their adult stuff at night.
late at
I
night.
remember.
Yeah, these are that's the name of it. It had that woman that come on, used to have that little red phone, like the 1-900 number. Yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
USA Up at Night. Howard the Duck used to come on that. Like these are those type of movies. So at that time period that movie came out, that's specifically what it made for. You got to remember it had Leah Thompson in that movie, and
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all know who Leah Thompson is. That was Michael J. Fox love interest on Back to the Future. She was in that movie Casual Sex. Like Leah Thompson was, she was an '80s. She was one of those. Y'all remember all the big time '80s actors back then? Michael J. Fox. What's hell?
Wait,
Robert
in
Downey
Back to
Jr.
the
was one
Future,
of them.
wasn't she his?
Yeah, Leah Thompson was his mom in that movie, not his girlfriend, but she was his mom. Yeah,
Even though she was
yeah,
trying to get with him,
yeah.
and it was
That's
weird, he had to make the dad and the mom meet.
yeah.
We might have to cover
That's
that.
why I was thinking of. That's why I was thinking about it because she was, yeah, she
You
was
know
the
who she
mom in
looked
that
like,
movie.
Matt? Not to cut you off. She looked like the girl that played the one in X-Men First Class. The English chick in X-Men First Class, the one that was
Oh, the one
Xavier's
with
love interest.
yeah, she
They
do.
look
Now that I
they
think about it,
look alike.
and you had Phil Robbins in that movie too from Top Gun. He was in that movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had a great cast. Like the movie was good for the time that it came out. For these days, right now, if I was to tell a child or somebody, man, you need to go check that movie Howard the Duck out, I wouldn't because they wouldn't understand it. It
Mm-hmm.
was it was literally made for that time. It's just like I give you another example. You see them recreating the Alien movies right now. I don't want to see
Mm-hmm.
none of them because it don't got Sigourney Weaver in it. But for me to tell somebody right now that's growing up, that was born in the 2000s or the late 90s to go watch, to go back and watch Aliens with Sigourney Weaver, they won't understand why I like those and don't like the new ones. So this is kind of why I disagree with you on the Howard the Duck because that's my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the
Well,
movies I
that's okay,
grew up.
brother. Sometimes we not going to agree. That's fine. I
I,
just didn't I didn't like it, and I know
I'm
about. Go
I'm
ahead,
with
brother.
Derek. I'm with Derek.
I know about
I didn't
at the
I didn't like
time.
I read Howard the Duck comics. It,
I got a whole lot of Howard the Duck comics.
I just I don't know. I didn't like it. I like the comics way better than what they did with this. But then again, like you said, Mac, this before my time. So maybe that's why I didn't get it. And I watched it recently. I didn't like the bad guy, the Overlord, whatever his name was.
Hmm.
Nasty, disgusting.
I
Tay
um
Tay.
I when I looked up this movie, I looked at what movies came out around that time because I know it's dated. It really is. It's dated. It came out around Top Gun, Crocodile Down, and Top Gun was pretty good. It was pretty good. Maybe they put more money into it.
Gun was one of the
Um,
biggest movie that year, the biggest
yeah,
movie that year.
yeah. I know about the sci-fi thing. I think George Lucas was trying to make an adult Star Wars, so to speak, because it was some
Oh, he
adult
did.
things in it.
Oh, he did.
I just didn't like it.
What was
I
that
didn't
about
even
that?
like it when I rewatched it. I had to watch it like 2 or 3 times because I lost interest. It didn't the stuff. It didn't captivate me. I can understand it's dated, but I watch movies from that era. I watched all the Alien movies. I've seen them all. I've seen them all, and I can't wait for the new one because I like aliens. It's like I'm not a LeBron fan. I've never been a LeBron fan. I always been a Laker fan. I'm going to watch Aliens whether Sigourney Weaver is in it or not, because the last Sigourney Weaver movie that they was in, she was in, it was horrible.
Let me hold on. Wait, Dan, how old are you?
That movie was horrible. What was that?
Say it was good,
Resurrection.
but how old are you, dude?
I am 54.
You 54,
Yes, sir.
and I'm 41. So,
Hmm.
but I didn't say the last one was good, but Sigourney Weaver is what made that series, the
Yes,
entire
I
Alien
agree.
series.
I agree. Sigourney Weaver was the focal point of the Alien movies, but I think they shifted when they started telling the prequel stories of how the aliens came to be. I do love backstory movies. Um, I'll see how the next one goes. I've seen some of the trailers. It looks like it's the scariest one yet, and I love scary movies.
I love
So
too.
we'll see. We'll see. But I
um,
disagree about Howard the Duck, brother Mac. Even for that time, I didn't like it,
uh,
and I didn't see it.
salute to Lala D. Salute Queen.
Hello,
And
salute, Lala D. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Share the content. Trying to build the brothers channel up. Everybody share the content. Let's build him up so you get monetized, and let's build this brothers channels up. Share the content, like the content, spread the word. We get our nerd on every Sunday.
yes,
This
sir.
brother put in work. He puts in work.
Yes, sir. Um, Definitely, like I said, Mac, me personally, like you said, I know it got to do with your time frame, and Tay Tay, she's saying the same thing in the chat. I didn't like. I like Howard the Duck the comics. I just didn't like how it was projected on film. If they do a Howard the Duck movie now, I would like to see the direction that they take. That'd be cool. But I
If they do it out with the Duck now, you gotta have Rocky Raccoon in it. It's like
facts.
you have to. They actually went together. They had problems. Y'all gotta read the comics.
Mm-hmm. Said actors and hated. Alright. Let me go to my next one. Let me move through this. Where I'm at. Did that, did that. Deadpool 2.
I'm going on mute because I already don't like you.
I didn't like it. I liked the first one. I didn't like the second one. I really didn't like the second one. There was room for improvement with a lot of things. I think the best thing about the movie was Homegirl.
Domino.
Yeah, the one that played Domino. I didn't understand why Cable was there with Deadpool. Maybe Matt can tell me a story where Cable ran into Deadpool. I'm sure there's a story out there. I don't remember them crossing paths like that. As much comics as I read, uh,
Hmm.
I just thought that they threw together their own script, and I hate when Marvel, Sony, the MCU, it don't matter. I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. And that's how you knew they threw it all together because they had people that normally probably wouldn't have even interacted with each other in the same movie together. Like the Juggernaut with you know what I mean? Like it was cool. I liked it to see the Juggernaut and all of that. But really, what was he doing? There's so many other storylines they could have took of it. They didn't have to follow it exactly, but they could have followed it up to the most part. I don't know. I didn't like this one. I thought that there was a lot of room for growth in the script, and it was a lot of missed opportunities in this movie. Um, like I said, I thought the one that the girl that played Domino, I thought she carried the whole movie. I thought she carried it in this. I really liked the first one and I enjoyed the first one. Um, I remember I was part of that petition to make Deadpool one of the Deadpool movies. I was one of them people that voted for Deadpool movie right after the video game came out, which I'm probably gonna re-get. Oh, it just was a lot of things with this, man. I didn't like that they put Cable in it. Domino was understandable. Domino and Deadpool were she was in a lot of his comics, you know, and they ran into each other a few times. But I just feel as though this movie they just put this together.
And
Anybody got any comments?
go ahead, brother Matt.
Matt?
You sure you want me to go? Because I
Huh?
got major issues. This actually was actually on point with the actual series, and the series came out in 2004, and it's literally named Deadpool and Cable.
I don't. I didn't. I never remember Cable being in there.
They have 50 issues. They stopped the series. No, it wasn't a Deadpool comic. They had their own series called Deadpool and Cable. They stopped the comics because they had a new series for both of them. They started a whole new series for Deadpool and a whole new series for Cable, but they had their own comic series. It's 50 of them. Like you go check it out. Domino, don't get it wrong. Domino, that's Domino. I got Domino comics. Domino is really badass for real. Like she's badass. I love Domino. Y'all need to check her comics out. We can talk about her on a later date, but she's really that good in her comic series. But Deadpool and Cable, bro, y'all need to go read those comics. Like go read them. I'm telling you this now, but and then that's gonna change your whole outlook on this movie. I wholeheartedly disagree with you on Deadpool 2. They didn't mess up on Deadpool, not one bit, not neither one of them. And I haven't seen 3 yet. I'm going to see 3 this week. I was supposed to go today, but I woke up with a massive headache. I got rid of it a few hours ago, but
Sorry
dog,
to hear that, brother.
oh, it's all good. It's allergies. Allergy season still going on. My head is just hurting from sinus
Yeah.
congestion and all that. But I promise you, I promise you, if you just go start checking up on the Deadpool Cable coming, I'm gonna tell you. It, I feel like every Deadpool that comes out from here on out is gonna have somebody in it because Deadpool has always had a, a sidekick or somebody else. They got Deadpool Black Panther comics. They got Deadpool Gwenpool comics. And y'all know who Gwenpool is, right? Just
Yes.
okay. They got Deadpool Gwenpool comics. They got Deadpool Spider-Man comics. Deadpool Ghost Rider comics. Deadpool Wolverine comics. Like he's got comics with almost every. They got comics where Deadpool kills the whole Marvel universe.
Yeah, yeah, I had that one. I
They
don't
got
know where it is.
they got
Big Mouth
Deadpool and
might have took
Hulk. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Deadpool Black Panther series, that is one of the most funniest series to me because he torments Deadpool because he went to get vibranium to replace something, to fix something in him, and he was, yeah. I'm not gonna tell you how the series. Go watch it because he literally torments Black Panther throughout that whole series. Like it's funny. These comics are dope, and that's kind of what they use Deadpool for. He's your comic relief. He's your comic relief in any series, like anything, and it's the way they did this movie was it was interesting because they introduced people to a side of Marvel that y'all did not know about. Even those characters that died are actual characters in the Marvel universe. Like we talked about earlier, they're less known characters, but they are characters in the Marvel universe. They were short cameos.
I don't know, Mac. I disagree. I like the first one better. I thought the first one was real good. First
Yeah,
one,
I didn't say the first one wasn't good, but I didn't. You know what I didn't like for the first one? That they didn't have Stryker in it because Stryker is the person that created Deadpool.
facts.
So if you want to be like that, then I'm disappointed that they didn't keep it real. Stryker made Deadpool, not that dude that they had in there. I can't even think of his name right now.
Francis.
Yeah, Francis. Francis is a real villain in the comics. Like that's a real villain. But Francis didn't create Deadpool. Stryker did. So if you want to be that technical, the first one is more disappointing than the second one. The first one is better, but the second one is bad. I love it.
I
You got it.
disagree. I like Deadpool too. I like the cameos. You know, Brad Pitt was in this movie. He was the invisible man that touched the power line. He was only on there for a couple seconds. Brad Pitt was in this movie. I think um, who's the guy that played Batman in the Super Friends movie? He was in this movie. He was in disguise. Um, don't quote me on that. I gotta look it up again. Um, this movie was good. I like the introduction of Cable. I always liked Cable.
I like
Uh,
him as a character. I ain't,
I,
I
I I love Cable. I loved him, man. I had the final fatal what was it? Fatal Attraction, and I had the technovirus people. They were taking over and they were taking on the mutants, trying to take their powers. There's a whole series in the Marvel comics. Uh, I like Cable. I do. I like the connection between Cable and Apocalypse and Sinister. Uh, I was hoping that they would appear somewhere in this movie. They had the guy as Isak in the movie. He was the one that Deadpool put his fingers on his lips, like you told him you got sexy lips, and his name was Nathaniel Isak, and that's Sinister in the comics. Um, I had a couple of Domino comics. She's a mercenary. She just have unbelievable luck,
Yup.
and that's her mutant power. I guess she's just lucky. Um, eh, yeah, I thought the thing with the
That
kid,
is her power.
yeah, that is her power, and to see the Juggernaut just come out and say, "I'm going to tear you in half now." That was awesome. I love the Juggernaut. That Juggernaut in Deadpool don't get enough play. I'm not going to ruin it for you. I want that Juggernaut in Deadpool to be in more Marvel movies. I don't know if he could carry a movie, but I want to see him. I want to see Colossus fight. Um, I was hoping that Cable would show his connection between, like I say, Sinister and Apocalypse, and the future Phoenix called Mother Aston. I can't say the word. Is their religion in the future and the time when Apocalypse is trying to take over the world? They was
Yeah,
fighting Apocalypse.
I know
That
what you're
was
talking about.
yeah. And the future Phoenix was the mother of the religion. I forget. I think it's Rachel. I think it's Rachel. That's her original name. That becomes a Phoenix. That's another storyline. But I like the movie. I like the Merc with the mouth. Um, I can't say nothing bad about the movie, except for the kid. Except for the kid, they could have had something else. But I understand. It was. I watched it many times. I watched it many times. So, brother, I gotta disagree with you. It was a good movie. Uh, yeah, yeah, it was a good movie.
And the fact that they had, I mean, the fact that they introduced X Force and all the
Yes,
members, well, all of them were actual members of the X Force, including Cable.
yeah, yes.
Yes,
Shadow
I remember that.
Star,
Yeah.
Shadow Star, Dominique, Cable,
Hmm.
Sunfire, uh, the guy with the techno symbiont person. I forget his name.
Omega Red.
And there was one more. Was it Apache? What was it? Apache? They
No,
had a strong dude.
Apache with no. Wolverine was an original X Force member,
Okay,
and one of Wolverine's daughters, Laura, she was an X Force member. Who else?
I love the movie.
Yes, sir. So my brothers ain't agree with me. It's cool. We've been agreeing and disagreeing with certain movies. That's why I like doing these discussions. Matt, I think, are we on the final one? We should be on the final one.
Yeah, yeah. Because we touched and agree on the X-Men.
Yep. Um, Mac, you ready? Wait. Uh, your last one would be. Oh, here it is. Ready?
I think he dropped off.
Did he?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
hear you now.
Okay, I was sitting here talking. I don't know why. I was sitting there saying "Throw a Love and Thunder." I'm waiting on y'all. But yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thor,
Talk about it.
Thor, Thor, Love and Thunder. Man, the disappointment when you're looking at all of the Marvel series. I mean, all of them. Everybody had a trilogy. Iron Man had a trilogy, which was dope. From 1, 2, and 3. Even 3 was good. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3 was dope. Even though it came after all the movies after Endgame was like starting to be bad, but that one was actually pretty good. It even introduced y'all to Fivel, Captain Marvel's daughter. I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna know who I'm talking about, but it's at the end. But we can talk about that another day. It introduced y'all to man. You got Captain America. All these trilogy, bro. And then y'all come up with Thor 1 was good, Thor 2 was good, Ragnarok was good. But then y'all throw
I
in with
disagree, Mac. Thor 2 was not
hey,
good.
hey,
Thor 2 was not good.
hey, you're a
That was
DC
some nasty work.
you're a DC fan. I don't expect you to like it. But look,
The first one was great.
the first
I
one was
liked the
great.
first. The first one was great.
Ragnarok was great. I like too. I did like two.
I'm a Thor Mac. You know I'm a Thor fan. You know
I
that.
know you are. I know you are. I, the reason I like Thor, the second Thor, because it was a and it the damn, I can't even think of their name right now. But we ain't talking about Thor 2. We're talking about Love and Thunder. Out of every Thor movie that came out, I guarantee you Love and Thunder was the worst.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. There was
Yeah, I
only
agree
one
with
part
it.
I there was only one part I liked, but I'll talk about it when you're done.
One part you like?
Yeah.
The only good thing about that movie is Christian Bale playing Gore. Because
Yep.
I
And
to
they
this day,
ruined that.
huh? It's
They
just the fact.
ruined that.
It's the fact that
Yo, that
he
storyline in
he
the
was such
comic.
a badass actor that you know. Do you know people didn't even know that was Christian Bale? Act didn't know it was Christian Bale until I told him. He said
Yeah,
that ain't
yeah.
Christian Bale,
I watched it
and,
on.
and he had to go ahead and
Yeah,
watch it
he
over. He
lost
like,
weight for that role. He lost weight.
yeah, I was waiting for that role. Like y'all had the screaming goats, and that's a part of the comic though. But it was terrible. Y'all gave Stormbreaker emotions. Stormbreaker is Thor's most powerful weapon. That Stormbreaker was actually created to go against Mjolnir.
Yeah, it was,
But
yup. That was Beta
yeah,
Ray Bills.
yeah, but y'all gave Stormbreaker emotions and gave man the oh my god, y'all did Stormbreaker so bad. And it's actually said that Stormbreaker is so powerful that Thor is really the only person that can actually wield it. So I'm just giving y'all a kind of aspect of a lot of things in this movie, and it's so much disappointing when I look at this movie, and I'm going to my new detail when I'm talking about Stormbreaker. I'm looking at the way they did Zeus in this movie. Like y'all introduced Zeus. Zeus is in the comic book. Zeus is one of the villains in the comic book because he feel like Zeus was the king of the gods, which they did. They got that part right in the movie. He was the king of the gods, but they were enemies. Him and Odin had beef. Thor and Hercules had beef. Thor and Odin had
Mm-hmm.
beef. Thor and Ares had beef. Like this was a part of the comics. But the way y'all
Mm-hmm.
introduced it in the comic, y'all made Zeus look like he was a man. He was a small fry. Like he threw the lightning bolt and Thor just threw it back and just killed them automatically, just quit, just bam, no more Zeus. Like come on, man. Like come on, dog. Like y'all
Shout
gotta.
out to Russell Crowe. He a good actor.
Yeah, he is a good actor, but come on. Like I'm just looking at like the movie, and then y'all. Okay, y'all kill Gore, which that is not even how he died in the movie, but y'all kill Gore, and Gore's dying wish is for you to watch over my daughter. Now,
And he didn't even have a daughter in the comic. He had a son.
he had a son, and his son died. His wife died. No,
Yeah.
hold on,
No,
wait.
he
No,
made
no,
they
no,
they was
wait. Hey,
a
remember,
construct.
hold on, remember, he had two families because his first family died. It
Yep.
wasn't until his second family died. I think he did have a daughter, but it was the first family that had a daughter. It was the second family that had a son. But even then, this is what gets me. Where did his daughter get power from? Because they never had power. His race didn't have power. His power came from the Necro sword.
Yup, the
So
Necro
Mm-hmm.
sword. And
you
that was
telling
part
me
of the symbiote. That had to do with the symbiote.
yeah, so you telling me eternity just gave your daughter powers because he brought her back? Like where did your daughter get powers from? And how was she worthy to carry Mjolnir? Y'all can't tell me she didn't pick up Mjolnir because she hid her in a box and put makeup and stuff on it that gave her eyes and everything. So she picked up Mjolnir. I'm speaking. It's so much wrong with this movie. I can go on for days, like literal days. Like how did how did what's the chick name that's Thor's love interest? Um,
Jane Foster.
yeah, Jane Foster. I couldn't think of her name right now. How did she know Mjolnir was calling her? And why did she have cancer? And Mjolnir was keeping her alive, but then she died anyway.
Nah, in the comics is like that, man. In the Mighty Thor,
Oh,
she has cancer. Yeah,
I
she
get
has cancer.
no. I know that, but but her being Mighty Thor kept her alive. In
Yes,
the movie,
yes, from the cancer.
her being Mighty Thor killed her.
Mm.
Yeah. When in the end, when he told her don't fight, don't come up here. When she went up there to fight war with him, that's what killed her. That's what I'm speaking on. Her being Mighty Thor killed her in the movie. Like it's bro, they messed that storyline all out of every storyline in Marvel. Even when they mixed the storylines from movie to movie, y'all got the movie confused with the comic. Y'all literally messed. Y'all could have did this storyline 10 times better. Y'all could have brought Thor Odinson when he had the Odin Force, this Thor and young Thor, and just
Oh, like they did
and
in the joint, like
yeah,
they
I
did
was
in the
gonna say
comic, and the Thor the
CG,
God Butcher
yeah,
comic.
just CGI it like you do everything else, and I guarantee you it would have been bad. I would have loved it, but y'all couldn't even do that, and had his two daughters with him, because Thor's two daughters was cold.
No, those is granddaughters.
Yeah, his granddaughters
Yeah,
had his granddaughters with him.
yeah, they was cold. Yeah, they was
Y'all
savage.
messed this storyline up.
Especially the blonde one. The
Yeah.
blonde one was just like
I, I'm not gonna go on my soapbox. I'm gonna let the guys have it. Because like I say, I can probably go for another hour just on just picking apart this movie. But I gave y'all the gist. Y'all understand my point. Y'all, I guarantee y'all understand my point.
uh Derek.
I hated this damn movie.
I
I
guess
hated everything about it. Man, what is it with Disney that like to kill off male leads, especially if they black? They killed off the guy that sees everything. He was played by Idris Elba.
you talking about Heimdall.
Yes, yes.
Hamdo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in Norse mythology, he's really like that. He sees everything. He can
yeah,
see.
they killed him. It was too much woke issues in this movie. The Rock guy had a boyfriend. That's the only way they could reproduce. Everything about this movie was too much woke agenda. I hated the screaming goats. I don't care if it was in the comics. I hated it. I hated every minute. You want to know what's good about this movie? The end credits. I could
Yes,
not
thank
wait
you, yo. You
to
took my
leave
freaking
the theater.
you
I was
you
mad. I
you
was
took
so
my
mad.
freaking thing, yo, Derek. I hate you. I see you be thinking like me, because that's exactly what I was going to say when it was my turn. I said
Man,
that's
I
the only
hated
part
this movie.
that I like.
I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I would never watch this. There are movies that I'm like, I'm not watching this trash again. I would go back and watch old black and white movies like Casablanca before I watch this again. I hated everything about this movie. Everything. I was like, what, why do we have, what is it, why she died of cancer? Didn't they heal didn't they take the, one of the infinity stones out of her and then she dies of cancer? I'm like, why did Zeus take off all Thor's clothes? I'm like, what is going on in this movie? I hated every minute of it. I hated it. I would not watch this trash again. Never.
Um, I mean, I ain't got too much more to say. Derek Gaines basically took the only part that I liked in this movie, the end credit
Hey,
when
I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Ain't nobody mentioned. I thought one of y'all was gonna mention it, and you didn't. I hated how the way they did the Guardians of the Galaxy in the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
I saved it for one of y'all to say something about it. That shit was garbage.
Well, I didn't like the last Guardian of the Galaxy movie. I didn't like how they played the high evolutionary. I didn't like nothing about it. I can understand they did rockets, uh, 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 past storyline. I understand that how Rocket came to be. I understand that. But the rest of the movie was trash. And all the movies after Endgame on Marvel side, except for Spider-Man, were trash. I
Yep,
hated it.
yep, I agree. That was the last one that I liked that Marvel did.
Y'all didn't like Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
That
No.
wasn't that bad. That wasn't actually, Matt.
I like
I forgot about that. That wasn't that bad.
I like it. And the reason I do like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you're right. I don't like the High Evolutionary because the High Evolutionary never showed his face, so they made him a black man. I didn't like that. But his power was gravity, and he was smart like that.
Hmm.
So they got that right. But I liked it because it did show the origin of Raccoon, but they messed it up because they didn't have his parents and his sister in it. Because in the comics they had his mom and his sister
Yes,
there,
yes,
Hmm.
and they messed that up.
yep.
That's the only thing that kind of messed up the origin. But for the most part, that movie was pretty good.
I disagree with you, brother. I thought the last Guardian of the Galaxy movie was trash. I hated the way they did the what's that gold guy?
Adam Warlock.
Adam. I
Adam
hated the way
Warlock.
they did Adam. Adam was supposed to be, super powered and everything, and he got beat so easily. I hated the jokes between Gamora and Quill when him trying to get her to realize I'm the guy who fell in love with you, and she just kept dismissing him the whole movie. But he was a simp for her. He just kept going back. It wasn't the
I mean, in
same.
the comics, it wasn't like that. In
It
the
was.
comics, they did end up together, but they had
Uh,
like a love triangle thing. Like they was like on and off, like realistic.
I hated it. I hated it. I'm
They
sorry,
was
Miss
on and off.
Brother Matt. I hated Thor: Love and Thunder. I hated the last Guardian of the Galaxy movie. I hated the Marvels. I
Oh yeah,
hated Secret. What was it? Secret Invasion. I hated that. I hated
you hated the
Moon
Eternal.
Knight. I was like, this Disney Marvel stuff is crap. It seemed like after Endgame, they just gave us crap because it was Marvel. We're going because of name recognition, and we get crap for our money. I hated it.
Yes, sir. I only liked, and I'm gonna leave it on that, and then we're gonna go to Derek Gaines' pick, and then we're gonna go to my last. Only thing I liked was the end credit, like Derek Gaines said, because that happened. Thor, I mean, Zeus, he was injured, and he said, he was saying what he was saying, and then he told Hercules, like, yo, you're gonna avenge me. Do you understand me? Hercules, you understand me, my son. I thought that was dope. When they threw Hercules, the Incredible Hercules in it real quick. That was fire. After that, that was the only part that I liked in the whole movie, the end credit. So I totally agree with Derek Gaines when it comes to that part. All right, Derek, let's
My
move on.
last one, Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage. Backstory was the stars are Tom Hardy. He actually played Bane in the Batman movie. He
Did it.
bulked up and gained weight for that movie. And Woody Harrelson What was Woody Harrelson doing in this movie? What was Woody Harrelson? Oh, I got one more. I got remember my Ghost Rider.
Mm-mm.
I did Ghost Rider, the second Ghost Rider movie.
Oh,
Me and Brother Mac, we collabed on the
yeah, that's a fact. Fact.
X Men thing. But going on with this, it made uh it made at the box office over $500 million on a $1 million budget. Um, the thing about it in this movie to me, it was a build up between Carnage and Venom. And once they started to fight, I was so disappointed. There was a line in this movie, and Venom said, "It's a red one. We need to get out of here." And I'm like, okay, can we have some history about the red symbiont? What's going on? How many symbionts are in different colors? It didn't touch on that. It should have. All we had was Woody Harrelson hanging with a girl that was like can scream well loud and break stuff up.
Who was
And I
that?
don't know. I don't know. She reminded me of a Banshee for the X
Banshee
Men.
or
Uh,
Black Canary in DC?
yeah. I was like, who is this chick? Maybe they made her for the movie. They have done that before. Like Starfire wasn't original a mutant or what was in Humans. They made Starfire for that Spider-Man cartoon with Iceman. But back to this, I didn't like it. I thought the battle between Venom and Carnage, there was no Carnage. There was none. None. I expected to see I think this was rated R. I expected to see rated R content, uh, bodies, because that's what in the comics, Carnage was like bloodthirsty. He couldn't be stopped. And it seemed like they dumbed it down. They watered it down for the movie. Carnage could not be stopped. He had to Venom in the comics. He had to get help to stop Carnage. And I was looking at Venom. I would say, where's that Spider-Man thing on Venom? Why is it not there? That's another thing I was looking for. But I thought they watered Venom down because the original Venom had the powers of Spider-Man. He could climb walls like Spider-Man. Because in Secret Wars back in the '80s, Spider-Man got a new costume, and it was his symbiote costume. And later he found out he was alive, and then they broke up, and that's how we got Venom. He was attached to Eddie Brock. I didn't like the movie. It should have been better. I thought the fight between Carnage and Venom was anticlimactic. It ended just as quick as it started. I don't know who the wailing chick is. I've never seen her in the comics. So it's possible they made her for this movie. I don't know. Because only other person in the comics that well in Marvel that I know of is Banshee and his daughter, who Deadpool in the comics had a thing for. But she was a mutant who had the power to scream like her dad. But I didn't like this movie. I didn't like anything about it. I was like, why is Woody Harrelson in this movie? I understand he brings it every movie he's in, but I thought, why the willing chick? I started asking questions about plausibility, like why can't we get a background on Carnage? Why didn't we build the movie up, giving us a background on Carnage and what a red symbiote means? I don't know. I don't even know about it in the comics. I don't know. So I wanted to know. They should have did that. It said let there be carnage. It should have been from the beginning of the movie to the end on the movie, nothing but carnage. And there should have been bodies. It should have been closer to the comics than the movie should have been. I was very disappointed about this. I only seen it twice, and the second time I watched it was for research for this show. I didn't even like watching it. It didn't hold my attention. I understand some of the movie, but the storyline was everywhere.
I agree with Derek. You know what I mean? I didn't like this movie. This another movie I was really disappointed with. Um, that's not how the story went, especially with there being no Spider-Man in it.
I would.
So that
I,
was one of the
I
key elements.
I
But
mentioned this before,
yeah,
and
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say it again. This is not a Venom storyline. This
Hmm.
storyline was a Deadpool storyline. It happened in Oklahoma
Mm.
City, in the comic book. Venom escaped from jail while Deadpool was going. I forgot where he was going, but he went to check it out. And him and Carnage had a battle. Y'all go read Deadpool versus Carnage, and you'll see it's the exact storyline that
I'm
they
gonna look
put
that up.
together.
I'm gonna look it up.
Shriek is actual love interest of Carnage. She's a real villain in the Marvel universe in the comic book. And
Hmm.
yes, she was with Cletus Cassidy. They were love. That was Cletus Cassidy's love. They were in love. So that's real. That is real. That's in the comics. She is a true villain. They didn't get her confused with Banshee or anybody. Her name is Shriek.
Mm. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so that's But with the storyline, I agree with you because if they did the actual Deadpool versus Carnage storyline, and they put that movie out, that movie would be 10 times better. And same thing, if y'all gonna do Venom and Carnage, like which comic are y'all gonna do with Venom and Carnage? Because there's so many variations of that happened in the comic books. If you're gonna do the first one, y'all got to do it right. If you're gonna do the second one, you got to do it right. And then one thing I do agree with I do agree with him on. Y'all got to explain why the red symbiote. Y'all they don't. I know the meaning of each color of each symbiote. Like it's a meaning behind every color.
Hmm.
Red means it's a blood symbiote. That means if my blood connects to whether it was Venoms or Riot, when it bonds with me, it becomes a stronger bond with the host. So it makes him a stronger symbiote. Uh, you got the yellow and orange symbiote. It gives the host the ability to create fangs and
Mm.
claws. You got the purple symbiote. They can do the same thing, but they got that long hair that they can use their hair as a weapon. So it's different things like that. And you got more different color symbiotes. You got the white symbiote. Spider-Man was the white symbiote. Y'all remember that?
No, I
With his
don't.
symbiote suit? Oh man.
I
So we
remember the
go.
black one.
Oh no.
I
Oh
remember.
oh when he get the white symbiote, oh Spider-Man is so cold, so cold. And
I
so
remember the black
the
one.
the
I
the
didn't know
the
he had another one after that.
oh man. Oh no.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah. He did. Yep. He had the
I,
white
I,
symbiote. That right.
I
And
have
the
to look that up.
symbiote represent. It's kind of like Green Lanterns with the different lantern. Like they
Okay.
symbolize different the colors symbolize different things. Like with that Green Lantern, like black is their brightest light. Like the
not so the symbiote the white symbiote is the anti venom.
mhm.
It
Wasn't that that was my man's that oh shoot. That was what's his name? Wasn't Flash? Didn't Flash end up being
No,
one of the symbiotes in the comic?
Flash. Yeah, Flash
Yeah,
did.
but
Flash
I know.
Thompson.
Yeah, Flash Thompson did, but the white symbiote was Peter.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew there were more symbionts out there because of Gore's sword and because uh, um, the Spider-Man Unlimited show. Spider-Man goes to a world ruled by the evolutionary, and he had symbiotes too. But I just wish there was more background on the symbiotes. And maybe they'll do it in the next Venom movie. I don't know. It seemed like every Marvel character has a background story, or every Marvel villain has a background story, except for Carnage. All we know is Carnage came from Venom. That's it.
That's his background.
Ground story.
That's the truth.
Hmm.
I would have loved to see 10, 15 minutes on the symbiote world and how they operate and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, facts. I agree with Derek. King. Like it
But
should.
I haven't. I know it's in the comics. I just haven't read it. I just haven't read it. The world of the symbiotes and how they function. I haven't read it. I know it's in the comics. I know they had a book out or a series of books out for the symbiotes. Like they did the Phalanx, which is a good storyline. But I don't remember anything about the symbiotes until Venom came, and then it was Carnage.
Derek, you want to touch on this one real quick before I go to my last? Ghost Rider
And,
Spirit of Vengeance, the second one.
oh, real quick in a nutshell, this movie is horrible. Nicolas Cage should not be a superhero. Real quick, don't waste your time with this movie. Why was Idris Elba in this movie? The best part of this movie when Idris Elba gets shot off of his motorcycle and he turns around and fires several shots at the people who were chasing him. Um, they didn't do the Ghost Rider stare. They didn't do anything right. In a nutshell, don't waste your time. Don't watch this movie. And I hope if they ever do another Ghost Rider movie, it be closer to the source. And that's in a nutshell. Don't waste your time.
Mac, real quick, what you got on it?
I hate all of them.
Ghost Rider movies.
And this is a diehard. I think it ain't Ghost Rider your favorite.
It is my number one favorite comic.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't really like the first Ghost Rider movie. I didn't.
Me,
Why do Nicolas Cage got to act like he's hawking out for the Ghost Rider to take over his body?
Yeah, I
I
don't
didn't
remember the
understand that.
last cartoon. I don't remember.
Yeah,
It was just top.
Marvel needs to do a better job at characters like Ghost Rider, Moon Knight. Moon Knight was horrible. Um, they just need to do a better job. But then again, this is back then. If this movie came out now, it would be trash. If it can't, it would be like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mm-mm.
And that's it on this one. You could go ahead, brother.
Okay, last one. We about to wrap it up. My last pick, Flash movie. Nasty work, nasty work. And I was another one that petitioned for this movie to come out. And I waited all them years for this to come out, and it was terrible. to be honest with you, the Justice League, the Snyder cut, that little sequence was better than this whole movie.
Mm,
This was terrible. I didn't like anything in it. I didn't like the storyline. They tried to do the Flashpoint paradox
hmm
movie with this. They tried to do that comic um with this. The comic was 1,000 times better. Storyline was powerful. This one, it wasn't that. They did a bad job. And then I guess they try to make an alternate verse Superman. I don't know if that was supposed to. I don't remember if that was Carl because I only watched it one time. If that was supposed to be Superman, but this was really bad. I did like that they brought Michael Keaton back as the old Batman and stuff like that. But in the comics, it was it was Bruce's father that ended up with, and Martha and Bruce died.
hmm
So Thomas ended up being Batman, but he was a Batman with guns. He was violent and stuff like that. So I don't know why they took this direction with this storyline when it could have been a great movie. This to me was a major flop, and I looked it so forward to this movie. And I think maybe I watched it twice, and I try to make will myself to like it because I'm a big Flash fan, but
hmm
it just didn't work. It didn't translate. You got anything on this, Derek or Matt?
I'll let Matt go first.
Shit, I never even watched it.
Good thing you did.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Man, I was so upset with the Justice League and
Did you watch the Snyder cut?
I didn't. I didn't
want
Okay,
to
watch
if
sit
you
through. I didn't after watching Justice League. I wasn't fit to slip through a longer version of a movie I didn't like.
to be, I look, and I don't disagree with him, but the Snyder cut was actually good. But then again,
it.
they had a lot of time with the Snyder to make up for a lot of things. If you would have watched the Snyder cut was actually good, or at least decent.
Man,
Well, I saw the movie and it was garbage. They never get the Flash. When he's running fast, they never get it right. I don't know why they don't just copy Marvel when they have their characters running fast. It's just garbage. They shouldn't have showed that Michael Keaton was going to be in the movie. It should have been a surprise. You
Yeah,
know, they knew this movie was gonna bomb, and they released it anyway. Because Ezra Miller, he was being accused of grooming.
yep,
He had an assault charge. He was just all over the place. He said he only identified as a male. So when the police was trying to arrest him, Ezra Miller problems tanked this movie. I'm gonna say that they could have made the Flash speed. When he's running, they could have made it better. But because of Ezra Miller going through the stuff he did, they teased Batman. They showed Batman, and they teased Superman. But you get a Supergirl. I don't know how they worked that storyline in. Um, the movie was all over the place. There was no continuity. Um, it was horrible. It was horrible. I was glad. I was glad when it was over. I didn't even go to the theater to see it. I waited to see it on HBO Max, just like
yeah, I
they
did too.
released the second Shazam.
Yeah,
Shazam?
yeah,
I mean,
Shazam,
no,
Shazam.
Shazam. The second one was horrible. DC is putting out horrible movies. They should have kept Henry Cavill as Superman. He was the best since Christopher Reeve. Um, the guy was working out. He didn't have to wear a padded suit. You know, um, it was just a lot of it. But except for that scene where he was racing the Flash, you could tell that Henry Cavill had pads underneath that suit because the CGI was bad right there. They didn't smooth it out or nothing. Um, DC is taking Marvel steps. The best DC movie was the Justice League, in my opinion. They could have did Dark Side better. They they
Yeah, 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 yeah.
they have the ultimate enemy. They were setting up Dark Side like Marvel set up Thanos, but they didn't do that. They dropped the ball with Dark Side. I'm not looking forward to seeing any more DC movies. I know they got a new dude over there. He's supposed to be like the new like the super executive producer for Marvel. Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige. Um, this movie, The Flash, was horrible. He shouldn't have got his own movie. Since they didn't cut him out of the movie and they didn't make any changes, it shouldn't have came out in the theater. It should have went straight to HBO Max and just let it die on HBO Max.
Yeah, I can't say that. I'm not going. Only thing I disagree with Derek is that the Flash not having his own movie because the
Hmm.
series was so successful.
Hmm.
So but I just think they didn't get the right person to play the Flash, and it wasn't the right story.
Hmm.
I thought it was bad. I thought it was bad, and I thought they had a couple good ones. Like there was one that I didn't think would be good that I just watched. Blue Beetle actually was good.
I
I
haven't
didn't
seen it
expect
yet.
it to be good, but it actually ended up being good. So I also thought Black Adam was good. Black Adam actually did good with The Rock. When comic movies that this I think this year and the year before did terrible. That was the only one that did good. Well, and
Mhm.
Batman. I'm sorry. And the Batman. The Batman movie actually did phenomenal.
I didn't like the Batman movie.
I know you did. That's well documented. I did.
Yeah, I didn't like
I
it.
did too.
You say you liked it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like Batman versus Superman and Justice League.
Hmm. They need to bring back the Batmobile.
No, that Batmobile that they had in the last one with Robert Pattinson, it wasn't
Hmm. I'll watch it probably after I watch House of the Dragons
that Batmobile was dope.
season finale on House of the Dragons. Act, you know I love you, man, because you want me to come on the same time House of the Dragon
Don't
come
worry, you
on.
get to watch it next week. I'm gonna be in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So you can watch it.
That that you want me to come on. I said, all right, bro. What time? Like 8. Whoa. All right, I'll watch it after. Yeah, I watch it like I did the Deadpool movie. I didn't watch any spoilers, any trailers. I wanted to be a total any reviews. I want everything to be a total surprise when I saw that movie, and I was surprised. It's a damn good movie. The
Yes, sir.
Marvel Messiah has done it again.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's get ready to wrap this one up, man.
Yes, sir.
Get the people your last, man. We're gonna get up
My
out.
name is Derek Gaines. Please support my brother. Let's build his channel. Brother, next time we do this, just get your cash up strolling at the bottom and support this brother. He put in work. He has good content. We can nerd out every Sunday night. I like to see the people active in the chat. It shows that you're into his content. Share the content. Subscribe, share, like. Let's get this brother up. It shouldn't be no problem. He's giving us content that we love, and we can. There are more people out there like us,
Yes.
and let's build this brother up. I appreciate you having me on. I love you, brother. I appreciate it. It gives me this old dog something to do on Sunday night. I wait all day for it. I be looking at the clock like, oh man, I gotta hurry up. Stay ready, Mac, man. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you being here, man. Much love to you. And I thank you. I'll have my own channel soon. I'm trying to get some things in order. We'll see how it goes. But if not, I'll still be in the chat and Drew Titans chat, Pep Talk, mostly Theo Coop, Do Better Squad. He comes on mostly in the morning. Check out his channel. Check out that dude named Dave. That's where the YouTube journey for me started. And that dude named Dave channel. You guys, man, I love you. Much respect. And y'all be safe.
Yes, sir.
Right
Um,
on.
uh, Mac, man, get the people your last. Close this out.
Man, another Sunday down with the Comic Cons, man. I know y'all enjoyed this show, and next week we're gonna be off. Y'all tap in with the meet and greet. I won't be able to make it this year because I got other things going on, but that don't mean we won't be back the following Sunday. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned because we got some more fire content coming for y'all, man. Uh, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, share the content. Y'all know when y'all hit that like button, it helps with the algorithm. It helps with the visibility of the platform. So the more people that hit this like button, the more people that's gonna see this content, and the more people that's gonna like this content and come subscribe to the channel. So please smash that like button, share, and leave a comment after the fact because when y'all leave those comments, that also help with the visibility of the show. We're trying to get more people involved with the Comic Cons, man. And y'all stay tuned for the following and the next one, man. Y'all know it's Stay Ready Mac, man. We peace.
Um,
Peace.
sir, appreciate uh Derek Gaines. You know what I mean, and I appreciate my host, my brother. You know, we had this idea, and I didn't even think I would be this far with this channel. You know, I appreciate everybody that was in the comment section, whether they nerds or not. We're gonna definitely have a topic for y'all the week after next. I will be away in Atlanta. Maybe I might drop a video with me arguing with Tay Tay about Batman versus Superman. As I told her, when I see her over there in Atlanta, we gonna have it out. We gonna hash it
Show
out.
her show her the videos I sent to you.
I got you. I got you. I would definitely do that. And I might that might be the only thing going on, but there is not gonna be a Sunday show next week.
All
Uh,
right.
so that will be probably
Wait,
the
no
first.
comic, no comic, no nerd, no House of the Dragon. What am I going? No football. What am I going to do next Sunday?
Olympics, the last day of Olympics.
Mm.
Hmm. I think I read my new comic books, Rum. I went back. I went back and
That's
got
something
my
that disagree
yeah.
with.
I got Rom the Space Knight. Remember him back in back in the 80s. I went to go get some of his books. And to me, he was one of my favorite Marvel characters. Rom the Space Knight. He only has 75 issues, but I still like him.
Yes, sir. And like I said, man, I appreciate these brothers. Before
Yes,
I
sir.
get off, Mac made me kind of feel bad about not knowing that Deadpool and Cable, and I did ask that when I said that the Deadpool and Cable even have comics, and sure enough, he sent it to me while we was doing the live. What I mean, he actually made me feel like I was ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
I sent you
What
where
was
you
that
can.
comic book
I
you
I,
said
I
look
I
up?
I sent you where you can go purchase the comic too.
Yeah. But no, the fact that they had the comics together.
Send me that link at
All right, I got you. And
because now I gotta look up what was it, Deadpool versus Carnage?
no,
Yeah,
no. Well, no.
Deadpool versus Carnage.
He sent me the Deadpool and Cable because
No,
I
remember,
need that too.
but
I
no,
need that too.
I told him about the Deadpool versus Carnage because the storyline in the movie is this storyline from that comic book series.
Okay, I gotta look on eBay first and see if I
Just
can
go to
find it.
Amazon. Just go on Amazon.
Okay, I'll do that.
yes, sir. And I appreciate, like I said, everybody for coming through. This was a long one. I'm glad it kind of was long because I'm not gonna be on next week. You know what I mean? Because I would be away. But salute to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody, and I appreciate y'all. We'll be back. Uh, not next week, but the week after next. Peace.
Peace.